92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The dating world is a lot like playing a video game. Unless you have a cheat code, you're probably going to lose.
Wow, that's depressing.
You're going to spend hours and hours and hours in front of a game machine, pumping quarters into it and just watching it take and take and take.
Preach, brother.
And take everything that you have until you lose and walk away. And before you know it, you spent 4 years of your life trying to win this video game. It doesn't care one bit about you. And then you go back the next day and somebody else is there pressing its buttons.
Wow, that just got really
Enough about me.
depressing.
We're talking about Ronald, who's on the phone right now to do a second date update. And apparently he actually went on a date to a video game arcade, and that's why I bring it up.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Ronald, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Wow,
Good.
Ronald, I thought you were just a really, really sad man about the state of dating right now.
Yeah, that's kind of his issue. That's completely different than what I experienced.
Okay, good. There is hope out there for some people.
That's a Jubal flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your email said that you went out with a girl to a video game arcade. Before we get into that, how did you meet her?
I actually met her on a new dating application I was trying out. Friend told me about it.
A dating application.
Fancy.
Well, you guys would probably know it as an app. App is short for applications.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you met her on this dating application. Did you guys talk a bunch before you went out, or did you just kind of meet and then go out?
We seemed to hit it off pretty good through the text. So, yeah, we went ahead and decided to meet up at an old school arcade venue. So we went in there and played some old school games like, Asteroids, and
Cool.
they had all the ones. It was really fun. It was a really cool place.
Did you allow her to win, or did you destroy her?
Oh, no.
Well, actually, I'm a little bit competitive, but, I didn't want to, freak her out or anything. So, yeah, I kind of let her win a little bit, but I don't know, it just started, eating away at me just slowly as the points were rising. I was just like, oh, my God, this is terrible. I was like, oh, I just felt like such a loser.
You
What?
feel like a
Okay, wait,
loser.
slow
You're
down.
a date.
One, why would you feel like a loser for not winning a video game?
I don't know, because I was looking around and everybody was, playing, and it was like the heavy competition thing started creeping in. There was a lot of couples there, and, most of the time the guy was winning. I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm like the only loser here that's losing to a female here.
So you actually...
Wow.
You were taking it seriously that you were losing. By the way, I guarantee none of those people were watching you if you felt like they were watching you.
You weren't there, man. They were absolutely watching me. They kept glancing over and kind of gesturing to each other. I saw one lady kind of nudge her boyfriend, like, oh, my God, look at this.
What?
It's embarrassing.
Well-
You sound like an intense man.
Yeah, I'm definitely a little intense. I guess she thought so, too.
She thought so? Did she comment on it?
Yeah, she made a little comment. We were playing Pac-Man, and I'd almost tied us up, and I guess the controller kind of got stuck or something, and I couldn't swerve around a corner, and I got eaten. And in a momentary loss of judgment, I kicked the machine pretty hard.
Oh, dude.
So you're freaking out on the machine. That's awesome.
I'll kill you.
Not only that, but it sounds like every time you're losing, you have something else to blame besides, I don't know, your own lack of skills.
No, the controller stuck. It wasn't my fault at all. It was one of those old-school arcade games. The kids have been beating up on that machine
of
all day.
course.
Yeah, people... So the thing is, people kick those things, and then they get ruined.
Whatever, it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, it happened. She didn't seem absolutely freaked out by it.
Absolutely freaked out.
Just a
But
little.
the manager of the store actually was a little upset. He actually walked over and kind of scolded me like a little kid, which is a little embarrassing.
Oh, really?
Not cool.
So wait, you went out to an arcade where you proceeded to get beat and then took it out on a machine, and you're wondering why this woman isn't calling you back?
Well, yeah, but I mean, hold on. It gets better. Trust me, it's going to get better. So
Okay. Better.
Better in a good way, or better like you ruin this date even more?
no, it was a good turnaround.
Okay.
Okay, what happened?
So we're sitting there playing, and she kind of laughed about the manager. Seemed to kind of turn her on a little bit.
Oh,
Oh, 'cause-
bad boy, huh?
Yeah.
Give her the bad boy thing, and I just played it off like whatever.
Yeah.
And, so next thing I know, we're actually behind one of the pinball machines making out.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
What?
Wow.
She made out with you behind a pinball machine?
Yeah, I guess it got her a little high, just kind of being the defiant, rebellious type.
That'll happen, man. You know what I mean? When you say, screw the system, I'm going to kick this game if I want to. Who made the move to make out? You or her?
Well, I made the first move, duh. I mean, I'm a pretty badass guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Wow.
I don't go out too often, so, when I do, I go for the kill.
it. Okay.
We lock lips, and next thing you know, I mean, we're just like all up and down each other's throats. So
Wow.
I really completely misjudged this whole story.
Nice make out in the arcade.
I'll let you know.
How did the date end after your romance in the arcade?
It ended pretty good, actually, on a good note, because the manager actually saw us again. He walked by to change out the quarters or whatever in a machine, and he saw us making out. And then he came up and told us that we had to get out of there. And I was like, this place anyway. So I grabbed her hand and walked out the front door.
So
Wait,
he kicked you out because he saw you making out?
Right.
But you were making out in an arcade in midday.
I know, pretty badass, huh?
I think so, Ronald.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think she's not calling you back then if you guys had such a hot, steamy romance in the arcade?
Well, we got back to my place, and, the whole time we were pretty much, a lot of physical contact. It felt like...
Wow, it's still going. I thought you were done after the arcade.
No, I wasn't about to let the date end. I took it back to my place.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey,
Right.
Wow.
I
So-
misjudged you completely at
Me
the beginning
too.
of this call.
I don't know what's happening.
you got swag.
So what happened back at your place then?
We pretty much picked up where we left off at the arcade, on a horizontal level.
You guys hooked up?
We didn't go all the way, but, we messed around quite a bit, and then at one point she just totally stopped on me, and I was kind of sitting there like, okay, got us all hot and bothered here, and then she's wanting to take off. I didn't quite understand, everything seemed like it was going really good. She was turned on. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when a girl's around a guy like you, they can't trust themselves, so they got to get out of the situation,
That's what I'm talking about.
So maybe that was it. How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since she left your place?
Quite a few times. I tried through the dating app twice, and, I let a couple days go by. I just started to call her cell phone number and still didn't get any answer.
Okay.
And do you want to date her, or do you just want to finish what you guys started?
Yeah, definitely.
Which
Yeah,
one?
definitely. What?
Well, both preferably.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it much.
Yeah, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Ronald is on the phone. And this isn't your grandma's Ronald. No, this Ronald is a certified badass. Kicking computer games and taking names. No respect for authority whatsoever. That's the Ronald we know.
Yeah, dude.
If you were just listening, we talked to Ronald about his first date with a girl named Julia. They went out, they went to an arcade. He got in trouble because he kicked one of the video games there, and the manager said, hey, don't kick our video games. And then he got up from that video game with his date and then pushed her against a pinball machine. They started making out, and then they got kicked out of the arcade for making out. But it didn't stop there. They went back to his house and even made out a little bit more on his bed before she just couldn't take anymore and had to leave. All right, Ronald, are you ready to give her a call and find out why she would stop the action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not even going to guess on this one because I thought for sure it was because you were kind of a lunatic when it came to video games and she didn't like you, but she ended up back at your place. So I know nothing.
I know how to bring him home. What can I say?
Yeah, apparently you do, sir.
That's right, Ronald. Let's do this. Let's see why she wouldn't be calling you back, big dog.
I know you're just joking, but in real life, I'm kind of a badass.
Okay.
I know. I'm not saying that you're not, Ronald. I just think that should be your theme song. Okay, here we go. I'm going to dial her phone number.
Dial her up. Let's quit around. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Okay, Ronald means business.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is Julia there?
Hi, this is she.
Hey, Julia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
Okay.
Nothing? Okay. Do you want to know why I'm calling you?
I would love to know.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a guy, and he emailed us seeing if we could get you on the phone.
Uh-oh.
Have you been on a lot of dates recently?
No, not too many. I mean, I feel like I do maybe 2 per week. I try not to overwhelm myself.
Okay. Well, this one was with a guy named Ronald, and you went to an arcade.
Yes.
All right.
I
So,
definitely remember that one.
do you remember your date with Ronald?
how I do.
All right. Well, Ronald emailed us because he thought you guys had a great time, but he says that you're not getting back to him and he'd like to go out with you again. So he asked if we could maybe get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. He told us that the date went awesome. He even told us that you guys were making out and stuff. So it's kind of confusing.
Wow, that's private.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know how Ronald is. Not a whole lot's private with Ronald, I feel like.
Oh my gosh.
But you liked him, right? Like you were into the date, obviously.
I mean, he had this whole like tough guy facade going, and in a way I appreciated it because I thought, oh, like he's trying to impress me, you know? I thought that was kind of cool.
Do you mean him getting kicked out of an arcade for kicking a machine and then making out with you?
Whoa, he told you guys everything.
Yeah, he did. You liked that, though.
That part, yes.
Really? It didn't make you feel like you were in junior high all over again and dating some teenager?
No, it felt, I don't know, it felt really risky and like fun and thrilling. So I thought, yeah, I'll go with it. It was fun.
Okay, so you enjoyed making out with him there, and did you enjoy the makeout session when you went back to his place?
Wait, why are you asking me? It sounds like he told you everything already.
He pretty much did. But the reason that we're confused is you were making out with him, and then you stopped and left.
Yeah, he had no idea. Like it was out of the blue.
So we're wondering why you don't want to go out with him again if you were, like, all into it.
Well, what he did was out of the blue.
What did he do?
It's really embarrassing for him, not me.
Okay.
I don't want to say it on the radio.
No, I definitely think you should.
If it's embarrassing for him, he's the one that set up this whole phone call. Like, he's the one that's putting your business out on the radio. So we've already talked to him, and he says he doesn't care. He just wants to know why you won't call him back.
Well, if you must know,
Yes.
we were, we were really into it. Like, we were making out. It was good. It was fine. And then all of a sudden, he was touching my boobs, and he honked it and said, "Woohoo!"
Wait, what? Did you just say he honked your boob?
Yeah, only one of them. He honked my left boob and said, "Woohoo!"
Did he? Wait.
Was he trying to be funny?
I don't know. It's almost like he didn't even know he did it. He didn't acknowledge it.
What?
He didn't call attention to the fact that he said woohoo.
No, and I mean that's so I stopped because I thought, okay, he's throwing in a joke while we're getting hot and heavy, which I think is lame. But I was like, whatever. He's just trying to be funny. It's okay. But he definitely was not joking, and just continued. Like, he didn't miss a beat. Like, I don't know if he knew he did it.
But it's like, I mean, to be kind of on his side, he has one bad moment in a long, sounds like, makeout session. You couldn't get past a little boob honk?
I mean, a honk is one thing, but going woohoo along with it, that just kind of put me over.
I could see how that would kill the mood. That would
He's
have been followed up
celebratory.
by a yippee if you'd have let him do other things, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, he's got like a list of these little celebratory chants that he does. I don't want to stick around for the night.
Okay, so
So why
that's
did-
when you stopped and took off?
Right.
Oh, the bad boy wasn't so bad anymore.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you tell him that was a turnoff to you?
Because he seemed so oblivious to it, but I thought, let me just run now.
Yeah, why waste the time and have a conversation?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like, this is the first date. I'm just going to stop now and then never talk to him again.
Okay, well, I do have bad news for you then, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to have at least one more conversation with you.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Ronald, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Yeah, but you're exaggerating a little bit. I mean, I grabbed it, but I didn't say woo-hoo. The most I said was woo.
It doesn't matter if you said woo or woo-hoo. It's just strange to hear those noises while we're in the middle of something like that. This isn't a sport where you're going to win something.
So what? I like to spice things up. It was my natural reaction, I was going for it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I kind of agree with Ronald.
Really?
Yeah, like, I don't know, it takes a while for two people to learn their likes and dislikes in the romantic sense, and I don't think you gave him a shot. You don't like one thing and you turn him down?
I mean, maybe we're just different. If you would have had Ronald making out with you, honk your boob, yell woohoo, would you have gone on a second date with him?
There's a lot of reasons that I wouldn't have gone out with Ronald to begin with. But if I got to a point where he's honking my boob and I didn't like it, I mean, I would have told him and we probably would have continued making out. I don't know.
If he said woohoo in the middle of, yeah, right.
It's an excited thing. It's not like he was disappointed.
Yeah, but he sounds like a Simpsons character.
Woo!
You know, like you guys are making fun of it, but she was into it at the time, you know. She was moaning, like, So, yeah, I went for it.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't moaning. That was me trying to hold back my vomit.
Okay.
Whatever. You know you liked it.
Chemistry is
All
good
right.
here.
Well, Julia, I would love to ask you this question. Would you like to go out on a second date with Ronald? We will pay for it.
I'm going to go with no.
Oh,
No?
that's so weird.
Really? Maybe you grab your butt and get a Zoiks out of the whole deal.
Oh, gosh. Definitely not. I really don't want to feel like I'm on an episode of Mickey Mouse.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us and being honest with us about your date. I appreciate that, Julia.
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome. And Ronald, I'm sorry. No second date for you.
That's all right. I can honk on somebody else.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Honk
Get
away,
after it
sir.
then, Ronnie.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm going to text in at 78592 that says, I'm definitely over my quota today for hearing the term honk my boob. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Ronnie, as I like to call him, is a badass.
Yeah, he is.
And he wanted to call a girl named Julia who wasn't calling him back after their date. They went to an arcade, and Ronald talked about how cool he was when he got upset at playing Pac-Man and then kicked the machine. And the owner of the place came over and said, hey, please don't do that. And then he was like, dude, I was just showing her that I didn't care about anything. I don't care about authority. And then he pushed her up against the machine and started making out with her, which she liked. Yeah. And then they got kicked out of the place, basically. And he was like, dude, she was totally into me because I'm a badass. Well, it turns out she wasn't calling him back because when they got back to his place, they were messing around a little bit. And then he got to second base, and he honked her boob, and then went, woo, woo. Like, actually said woohoo, and that turned her off. Then she left and decided she doesn't want to see him again.
It all sounds like a story from junior high, from the arcade game, like
I'm surprised you didn't just
Rebel to the boob honk.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that was the thing that pushed her over. Like, there were so many things prior to that could have done the job.
Right? As soon as he starts to, like, get angry at a video game and start beating the crap out of it, you're
I'm
like, all right,
done.
this guy is a little
Yeah.
weird.
Red flag.
Somebody texted in 78592 and said, thanks to Ronald, I have a new signature move whenever I touch a girl's boob. Woo!
Yeah, I think that it didn't work out for him. So you may want to take that into consideration before you pick it up as your signature move.
Somebody else said, I dated a guy who honked my boobs all the time like that.
I had one.
And now we're
girlfriend-
getting married in 3 weeks.
Really?
So it also could work out for you.
You know?
Hey.
It just depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
Remember,
Honking.
if
There's
you want
something for everybody.
to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Somebody said, I just honked my girl's boobs because we're listening to you guys right now. Yeah. If you're with your girlfriend right now, just reach over. If you're carpooling to work or whatever, just honk her
Or
boob.
vice versa, girls. Reach
Honk
over
him
to
back.
your man, honk
There's a
him.
place you can honk too. Why not everybody do that in traffic right now? Honk each other.
Hey, and if you're by yourself or you're in carpool,
Honk yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, no way to get closer to your your coworkers than to
Inappropriate.
Honk each other and then honk the horn to let the people next to you know that you're honking each other. Everybody just get one big good honking on a part of your friend's body right now.
I love a
to
good
celebrate.
honk fest.
No.
Yeah, man.
All right, speaking of a honk fest, Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.
Moving 92.5.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm excited about today's second date update because the girl who's on the phone to do a second date update today asked in her email if she could use a fake name and remain anonymous. And that means one thing and one thing only. A fake name means she's a stripper. That's right. I'm super excited about today's second date update, fellas. She is working hard for you. She's got on her stilettos and her lycra and ready to see if she can find love. We don't know what her real name is, but she goes by Nikki when she's doing her second date update thing. So everybody, welcome to center stage, Nikki.
Ow!
What's up, Nikki?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Did I get it right? Are you a stripper? Is that why we wanted to use a fake name?
You were close. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm not a stripper. I work in a regular office.
That's right. It's Nikki from the office. Cubicle number 4. Oh, who's collating things? She's collating things on the daily, fellas, for you.
Nikki.
All right, Nikki, I'll stop.
I'm sorry.
So your email said
Okay.
that you would do the second date update if you could remain anonymous. And after reading your email, I understood exactly why you wanted to do that. Why don't you tell everybody your story?
Okay. So I went on a date with this guy who's actually my supervisor. So that's why. It has to be anonymous.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't want anyone to find out that you guys went out.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now because we both worked in the same office, but now he works in a different office. He got transferred over actually like right after we went on like a date. We had a flirtation for a while in the office and we would talk via text a little bit. And then we went to this work party and he actually like officially asked me out, but you know, we didn't want to make a big thing about it. We didn't want everyone to know, so we were trying to keep it really quiet.
But you guys weren't really dating. You just went on one date, right?
Yeah, but we had like a flirtation for a while. You know, when you kind of have like a thing with someone and it's maybe as obvious, but you're trying not to make it be obvious, like in the office, but you know, you're not really supposed to like date your boss.
Yeah,
So-
it's like every time they walk by your desk, you drop a pen and be like, can you pick that up for me? Oops, sorry about that.
It's always how women flirt. We bend over a lot.
Oh, did I just pour this cup of water on my head? I'm wearing a white shirt, boss. I know how the flirting game goes in the office.
And I
I've
forgot
been
my
around an
bra
office or two
today.
in my day. So you guys actually did go out on a date, though?
Yeah, we went to dinner. We went to this kind of like hole-in-the-wall restaurant, like really small, off the beaten path.
So no one could see you and you couldn't get caught.
Yeah, which was kind of like fun. We sat like in the back. It was really romantic, actually. And we had a really nice time.
Is the place where you work, would this be like a huge deal? Would he get fired over something like this?
I mean, I don't know that he would be fired, but everyone would gossip about it. We wouldn't be able to live that down. Like, he might not lose his job. I don't know that I would want to stay working there if people found out, though.
Really?
Okay.
So how was your guys' actual date?
It was a really good date.
Oh.
We had a lot of fun.
What does
You're
that
in
mean?
deep.
Hear it in her voice.
How much
It was
fun
just
did
a
you
really
have?
good date. A lot of fun. I don't
Nice.
want to. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Did your date go on until the morning time?
I'm not saying any more
I
about
think we all know the answer to that based on what you just said. All right, so how did everything end with him? What's the last time that you guys talked?
the morning after our date.
Oh, okay, so I guess we get that question answered again. All right, so what's the last thing that you guys said to each other?
Well, there wasn't a lot of talking.
Wow.
You're
You
being
guys-
vague, but you're telling us more about your date than most people do on their second date
Double tip,
update.
huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
apparently you guys had a lot of pent-up tension between you two that you had to get out of the way.
So after you guys were done with all of that, how many times have you tried to get a hold of him?
Well, I've called his new office like 2 times, 3 times, but I don't ever leave a message because I don't want to have to go through his assistant. I feel like then everyone would know. It would be really awkward. And I texted him, and he didn't respond. And I feel like now I'm being creepy. I feel like I'm being that girl who sends like 50 messages, and it's like, why aren't you texting me back? I don't want to be like that. So I kind of stopped doing that.
So, I mean, when you guys were hanging out, was there talk about like, oh, I've waited so long to be with you? Or did it feel more like just a crazy hookup night?
No, it didn't feel like a crazy hookup night. There wasn't like a whole serious like I would like to date you now conversation. But we definitely had a conversation about how nice it was to be able to spend time with each other outside of the office.
Mm-hmm.
We both said that we really had enjoyed like spending time together and that we would like to do again. But now I can't get a hold of him. So, that's why I came to you guys because, I don't know, maybe he didn't mean any of that when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right,
I meant it when I said it.
We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, and I promise I will keep your name anonymous. Nikki, you have my word. And if there's one thing I have, it's my honor, unlike Nikki, who's lying to us about her name in the second date update. Okay, hang on, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're right in the middle of a second date update. If you're just joining us, Nikki is on the phone. Quote, Nikki, end quote. Because that's not her real name. She wanted to be anonymous, so that's what we're calling her. She actually went out with her boss at work. They had a fun evening that lasted until the next morning, if you get my drift. And then after that, her boss got transferred, and he hasn't talked to her at all. So she wants to give him a call and find out what went wrong. Hey, Nikki, how much thought did you give to your alias? Like, your real name isn't Nicole, right?
That's a good question.
No.
That'd be pretty
No
funny.
worries.
Like, we talked to him, and we're like, hey, Nikki, I know that's a fake name. And he's like, oh, that's Nicole. I know Nicole very well. Okay, so you gave your alias a little more thought than that.
Yeah.
All right.
And what are we going to call him? Do we get his real name, or is that a fake name too?
Can you beep it out?
Yeah, we can beep out
Okay.
his name. Or I'll start calling him Nikki, too. You guys can both be Nikki.
That
Or
would
I
be
can call
confusing.
him Nicole. Nikki and Nicole. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we'll start the call by beeping out his name so you don't put him on blast either, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, here I go. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to please?
this is speaking. Who is this?
Hey, man, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Jubal?
Yeah, Jubal. I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay,
How you doing today?
I'm all right. Is this business related?
Yeah, loosely. It kind of is.
Very loosely.
You recently actually went out on a date with somebody who works for your company.
So this is not business related.
Well, I mean, it sort of is. You guys work in the same industry, and you went out on a date. Yeah. So
Honestly, I don't really feel comfortable discussing this. It's a private matter.
I know, but if I can just ask you like a couple questions, because she's just curious. She won't tell us her real
You have
name.
to understand, I have no idea who you are, and I
know.
can't really answer a bunch of personal questions here.
I know, but let me tell you this. You're anonymous right now, and she's anonymous too. She hasn't even given us her real name. We know her as Nikki.
What do you mean that I'm anonymous? I don't understand that.
We beeped your name out of this, so nobody will hear your
Okay.
name. I just have a couple questions for you, and then we'll let you go.
What are your questions? Because I can't really tell you a whole lot.
So this girl, Nikki, that's what we know her by. I'm sure you know her as another name. She told us about how you guys were very flirty at work, and then you ended up going out on a date and kind of spent the night together. And since then, you got transferred to like a different office, and now she can't get a hold of you. And she wants to know if she did something wrong.
No. I mean, that's the short answer. She did not do anything wrong, and she should not feel like she did do anything wrong.
Okay, is there anything that I can tell her? Or is there a reason that you haven't reached out to her?
Yes, there is a reason. I guess you could tell her that and just let her know that it's not her fault, and that this situation, I guess, is evolving. That's all I can really say.
That is so vague. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I would be going crazy if I were her right now.
So, do you like her?
I mean, this is absolutely anonymous, yes?
Yes, I promise you we will not divulge your name or any information about you. We strictly just want to know about the relationship between you two.
Okay. Yes, I like her.
Okay, so what's the problem then?
Wait, can you guys relay a message to her? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I'll tell her whatever, man.
I'll tell her
Okay.
whatever you want me to tell her.
You can tell her not to worry and just explain that I was a bit careless in the way that we initially communicated.
Wait,
What does that
what
mean?
is that?
And she'll understand that.
Well, now I want to know. Because didn't you just ask her out on a date, and then you guys went on a date, and then it, had a really fun night?
It was a situation where we communicated via email, and we should not have communicated via email because we were using work emails.
Oh, so you got busted.
Yes, basically.
Oh.
I was sort of in a position where I was being vetted for a promotion, and therefore the server was being monitored, and they raised that as a red flag, and it was a very serious issue. And actions were taken, and hopefully that those actions sort of satisfied my superiors, and everything is fine now.
That's crazy.
Sucks.
So did you get transferred because you got caught hooking up with Nikki?
No, not because of that. I elected to get transferred as a way of sort of appeasing my superiors. There was a question of whether or not I would be fit for the promotion, and that was sort of a bargaining chip that I used. And I was not happy about having to do that, but that was sort of the one thing that could get them off my tail.
Why can't you just tell her that?
Right.
Because we still work in the same company. To continue communicating would be a disregard of that contract that I have with my superior.
So they transferred you and then told you couldn't contact her.
We work at the same company, and I have to respect that.
I hope you called your boss a C block.
Well, you can't even email her on her personal email account. That's crazy.
Honestly, I don't want to take any chances. I was told by my superiors that I was not supposed to contact her, and although we're not in the same branch, she's not on my team anymore. It's inappropriate for us to continue communicating.
That is so dumb, man.
So you want me to tell her that your boss has found out, transferred you to another place, and told you never to talk to her again? So
no, don't say that to her. Just let her know that I am currently seeking a new job, so that may change shortly.
Oh.
You're going to find a new job just so you can date her?
I would like to. That's the hope, is that I could find a similar position, and then we could resume everything. Yeah, that's the hope.
Wow. All right.
So cute.
I can't tell her that.
But you said you could pass a message on for me.
I can. I'm just not going to say it to her because you actually already did. She's on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Nikki, are you there?
Hi. Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. I'm a little taken off guard here.
Oh my God. I had no idea. First of all, I'm really sorry that happened, but you don't have to look for another job. That's absurd.
I mean, I can't even believe that you're on the radio. I mean, did you listen to the entire thing? Have you been listening?
I did listen to the entire thing, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have any other way to get in touch with you. I kept calling and texting.
Right. Well, I guess now you know why.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to blow you off.
I appreciate that. I'm really flattered. I really am, but I feel uncomfortable about you quitting a job. We went on one date. Like, that's not a reason to quit your job so that you can continue to date me. Like, that's crazy. It's a really good promotion.
What are you doing?
It is a good promotion, but it's also a situation where I do like you, and it would be nice to at least see where that could go. And if I could find something that was similar, I'd be willing to do that.
Yeah, but you love this company. Like, why?
I do. You're right. I do love the company. But I could also love another company, and I think if I could have both, then that would be desirable.
Nikki, I'm so confused. Why are you trying to talk him out of this?
Because what if then it doesn't work out? Like, what if then it doesn't work out and you quit your job for me? Because we went on one date and it was really fun.
That's...
I feel weird about that.
I understand that, but, I'm not going to take some huge pay cut and do some crazy thing. But, honestly, I think if this is something that we could explore, then why not do it? If I could find something that's interesting. And I mean, it's a risk, but it's a risk that I'm really willing to take if I get to date you.
That's very sweet. That's very sweet.
Do you have any prospects right now, or you just started the job search?
I've started the job search, and I have a few leads. I'll say that.
Well, that's good.
Dude, Nikki, I mean, he sounds pretty dreamy. And you were like super into him before you heard about this.
I mean, I am really, really into him. God, I don't know what to say. I can't believe that this is what it is. Like, this is the reason. I don't know what to do. Like, it feels like this is, I don't know, it feels weird. I don't know. And nice.
Very nice.
You got a guy who's willing to quit his job for you.
I know.
I mean, listen, I'll take the lead on figuring all that out. You don't have to worry about it. Let me handle that, and then after things change, we can definitely be in touch. So I would like that.
All right. Well, I have to ask this because it's a second date update. We already kind of know the answer, but would you like to go out on a second date? We will pay for it, but not until you have new employment.
I would like that very much.
Yes!
right.
Awesome!
So cute. Will you keep us up to date on how it goes?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's a successful second date update then. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Whatever your names are. I'm really happy for you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, if I was a woman, I would jump this dude's bones. Talking about today's second date update. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. We're even getting texts from people who say they were crying on their way to work.
It was really
This girl named Nikki, that is not her real name. She wanted to remain anonymous, called a guy named Craig, not his real name either. The reason is they worked together.
Yeah.
Kind of messed around a little bit. HR found out, he got transferred and was told to stop talking to her or else he could lose his job.
Right.
That's why he wasn't calling her back after their date. After talking to him more, we found out that he's actually looking for another job because he wants to date her so bad. He's willing to find another job somewhere else.
That is
and once he
awesome.
finds new employment, then they can date again.
I'm already planning their wedding in my head.
It's just
They're
so-
gonna have 2 kids. It's gonna be a really fantastic event.
Yeah, these are one of those ones that I just love. I hope they get married and run away together.
I think we found our new morning show intern. I'm going to give that guy a job here as our intern.
Yeah,
It sounds like he's a very high-powered executive type dude.
I think he makes a lot
But
more
he can
money.
come here and update our Facebook and get paid a little bit, and then they can date. He can have everything he wants. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
How many second date updates have we done? Hundreds?
Oh my God, thousands.
Feels
I
like
feel
millions. A lot of second date updates. And whenever we're out, doing an event or at a comedy show or something like that, people always ask me, they go, hey, what happened to so-and-so?
Yeah.
Did you ever get an update on this person? You guys should do a third date update,
All the time.
People always want to know what happens with the people in the second date updates. A lot of times people break up or go their separate ways. Sometimes they do keep in touch with us and let us know what's going on. But I was very happy to hear from a couple recently. You may remember their names, Danica and Mike.
Oh, yeah. Tell me their story again. I kind of forget.
They were on about 4 months ago. It was a really popular second date update. Danica was the young lady who was very emotional and was crying during the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
She
Poor
really
girl.
was upset.
Yeah, she showed up to her date a little late and just was
Lost
freaking out,
it.
just crying and didn't stop. Well, a lot of our listeners are familiar with this one, but if you're not, we're going to play it again for you because at the end of it, we actually have an update from Danica and Mike.
We do?
Really?
Yeah, we don't do this often,
Wow.
but we've finally been in contact with some people, and we do have an update on their situation. It's your second date update right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Danica is on the phone with us. Today she wants to do a second date update to a guy named Mike. Apparently they met online and went out, and she's very upset that she's not getting a call back. Danica, how are you?
I'm all right.
Oh,
Right.
honey.
Are you okay?
Well, I mean, I just feel like, I feel like I screwed up a little bit on this one. So, I don't want to cry. I feel really, I feel pretty emotional, and I just feel like it was my fault.
Oh, sweetheart.
you-
calm down.
Are you nervous to be doing the second date update right now? Is that part of the reason that you're emotional, or are you this emotional about the date that you went on?
Like everything. I mean, it's obviously not trying to call and be all emotional on the radio. I just, want to start. I just, sometimes I can't stop. So
Yeah. Take a few breaths. We're here to help you out. All right?
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
So tell us about the date.
Well, that's the thing. I was supposed to meet him for dinner, and my dog Monkey, I had to walk her before I left, and she wouldn't go to the bathroom, she just wouldn't go. And I couldn't leave because she'll go in the house.
Yeah.
So I ended up being 5 minutes late.
5 minutes late?
That's not even bad.
It's not it shouldn't be a big deal to be 5 minutes late.
Did something happen to your dog?
No, my dog is she's fine. She's
Okay.
fine.
I thought maybe you were upset because something happened to your dog.
I'm just thinking that, I should have been there, and I should have been on time, and I just, I think it shows, poor.
Okay, but you were...
I like to be tardy.
Yeah, but you were 5 minutes late, though, Danica. It's not the end of the world.
I just felt bad, though,
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Danica, 5 minutes is not really a big deal. 15, 20, 30 minutes late, that kind of gets annoying. 5 minutes late, trust me, I doubt he was really that upset about it.
Well, 5 minutes is maybe fine for a normal date, but what if it's the one, or it's the one you think is your dream man?
Did you think this guy was your dream man?
I met him online, and he is everything that I want in a man.
Okay, wait, hold on. Did you, had you
I'm
ever
telling
even...
You, I'm not like this. I'm not like this.
Okay, take a deep breath. Again, you're going to be okay, Danica. Did you talk to him for a long time before your guys' first date?
Well, obviously, I talked a couple times, but just his profile is everything.
All right.
Sorry to laugh.
Well, it's
Yeah,
a lot.
keep it down, Jose.
Sorry, dude.
It's okay. I know it's kind of funny to some people, but it's just kind of how I react.
Well, it's not necessarily laughing at you crying about the situation. It's more, it was 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
And for most people, they would not get that worked up. If that's how you express yourself, that's how you express yourself.
I guess so.
Did you end up, were you this visibly upset when you actually met him?
Well, I was, yeah. I was driving, and, of course, I was, getting emotional in the car, and I was mad at my dog, and, that's hard. And then I got to the restaurant, and, I realized I hadn't even combed my hair, and my mascara was everywhere. And so I was just trying to be, I tried to play it off.
So it was obvious that you had been crying.
Yeah, yeah. And I excused myself to the bathroom to go, get it together,
Yeah.
And I came out and I sort of just lost it again, he was so sweet, and I started telling him about Monkey, and it was.
What did he do when you started crying?
He's looked really surprised. He's a sensitive person, so I'm sure he was upset for me, but he was being strong.
So you guys continued the date after you were crying about your dog?
Yeah, once I told him what had happened with Monkey, and, it made me feel better. We had eaten, and then the date was sort of over anyway, so.
Okay. How did it end with him?
He gave me a hug, and a really super loving hug, and he just made me feel better. And I said, can I get a do-over? This isn't me. This isn't how I am. And I texted him a bunch of times, not that many, but enough that I probably thought I would hear back from him by now. So I don't understand why he wouldn't let me just have a do-over.
Danica?
Yeah, but Danica, if I went out on a date with you like that and you started bawling on the date, it would probably freak me out.
Yeah.
Either that or I would start crying too, and then we'd just be a mess, just the both of us at the table.
Well, sometimes I get emotional, and that's just who I am. But,
I think that
I feel I don't love him, but, I like this guy a lot.
Whoa. I'm worried about you, Danica,
Yeah.
because this is just the part where we find out what happened on the date, and you haven't even really been able to keep it together.
I'm totally getting it together now. Listen, I totally am all right now.
Okay. All right.
I don't know
well, we'll play a song.
Oh.
Do we have to?
Come back. Call him and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
I need you to be strong when we come back, okay?
I am. I'm totally gonna like wash my face and like get it together and
Okay.
regroup.
Okay, because if you cry twice to him, I guarantee that's going to scare him off.
I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna cry. Even if I get a little shaky, I'll hold the phone away from my mouth so that no one can hear.
If at any moment you just hang up the phone, I'll pretend like the connection dropped out.
Awesome.
If you want to cry for a bit, and then I'll get you back on the phone after, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang on.
I can do this. I can do this.
Okay, hold on. Remember, before we play the next part of today's second date update, stick around because we're actually going to talk to Danica and Mike again right afterwards. Apparently, they have an update for us on what happened since we recorded this a few months ago. But first, let's hear part 2 of their second date update.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, normally during a second date update, it's the second part of the phone call when we get the couple on the phone together and they talk that tears come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's already happened a lot. And I'm actually hesitant to do today's second date update because I don't know if Danica, who is on the phone with us right now, can handle it. Danica, are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm going to try and keep it together, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you definitely need to. If you're just tuning in, Danica wants to call Mike. They met online, went out for a date. She was 5 minutes late for the date, but was very emotional about it. She was crying on the way to the date. When she got there, she tried to clean herself up. And then once she actually sat down with the guy, she lost it again and ended up crying during the date. And she isn't getting a call back. And I'm assuming, I don't know yet, but I'm guessing that's the reason why, Danica. It would be very weird for me to go out with a girl and have her cry on a first date.
I know. I mean, I know it seems weird, but that's why I'm going to apologize to him and tell him I'm a normal person, you know?
Can I make one suggestion? Because I'm a person, I cry at every emotion. If you start to get emotional, pinch yourself. That's my trick. Because it helps you get out of your mindset of going down that path.
And then it hurts because you pinch yourself and you cry more because of the pain.
Ow!
Yeah. Oh, why'd you pinch me?
I'm willing to try anything, to be honest, and I will do it.
Do you feel strong right now? Do you feel like you could do it?
I do. I took some deep breaths, washed my face.
Okay. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get him on the phone, and get your second date update.
Okay.
Okay.
You got this.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mike, please?
This is Mike.
Mike, how you doing? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, where are you calling from?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. Did I win something?
No, you didn't. I'm calling you because we recently got an email from somebody who went out on a date with you.
Okay.
And she's been trying to get a second date, but you haven't been returning any of her phone calls or text messages. So she asked if I could get you on the phone and find out why.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Danica, and I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that you remember this date.
Oh.
Yes, I do. So she emailed you to call me.
Yeah, it's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update.
That's a little awkward, but okay.
What did you think of Danica, first off?
I mean, Danica is a really sweet individual. I mean, she has a really great heart. I would just say that she is a very highly emotional person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've talked to her about your date, and it was obvious from our conversation that she's very emotional.
Oh, okay, right. So then you got a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a sensitive guy, and I'm a Pisces. I pick up on people's vibes, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but I mean, I've never experienced anything like that date ever in my life.
She told us about it and how she was 5 minutes late, and she was very upset about that, and she had been crying before. And
my God, I thought, she ran in the restaurant and I had no idea what was going on. She had mascara down her face, and she was telling me about her dog named Monkey. and she literally like started crying hardcore at the table. And
Did you think like at first? Did you think like the dog died or something?
That's exactly what I thought. So I'm in shock, because of the way she's reacting to it, but then she was so honestly upset that it was making me upset. And I felt so bad for her, but I didn't know what to do. So she's freaking bawling, and I'm sitting here like she kind of got me teary-eyed, and and here we're like a mess sitting in the restaurant, like everybody's staring at us.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Yeah, that would be awkward. Oh man, that would definitely be awkward.
Yeah, it was the most awkward experience I've ever had in my life, and I feel bad for her. I mean, she's got a great heart.
Yeah, it sounds like she's a very sensitive person. I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes. I'm a sucker when girls cry. Why do you think I can't ever break up with girls? Because they always like to cry as soon as you say I don't want to be with you, and then I'm like, all right, well, we'll stay. So I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes.
Yeah, and like finally when we left, I mean, I was pretty much in like a really weird mood afterwards. I mean, when someone is like deeply, deeply emotional for like an hour, like I was kind of a wreck, quite frankly.
I would have felt emotionally spent after that too.
I mean, that's the right word to use. Totally spent.
Oh my god!
All because she was 5 minutes late to your date.
Because she was late, and because she couldn't get her dog to use the bathroom or something. Like that's the craziest part.
Mike, I have to tell you this right now. Danica is actually on the phone listening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am.
Hi, Mike. I'm so first I just want to say, listening to you, the way that you just told our story was so sweet, and you're such a nice guy, and I don't know what to say.
Why are you crying now, Danica? You're gonna get me choked up here. Why are you crying?
Because I'm just trying to I'm actually trying not to cry, and that's like making me cry more.
Oh gosh. Danica.
Because I really care about you, and I really thought that after all we talked about online, I just knew you're such a good person, and then I came, and then I ruined everything, and I totally a terrible. I just felt
no. Stop. You're not a terrible person. You didn't ruin anything. Okay, I am sorry that that I couldn't deal with the situation properly. I apologize.
But it's like we talked so many times, and was like building up towards the date, and then I show up and I'm late, and that's so inconsiderate, and I felt so stupid. And
No. It's okay. You were late. I mean, it's that happens. It's not any reason.
Oh my gosh, honey.
No. Don't cry. Come on, Danica. Don't.
Trying not to. I swear. I just wanna say that, and I know you've been avoiding my calls and my texts, and I understand.
I have, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Come on now. I mean, look. I'm an emotional guy too. I mean, how are we supposed to function as a normal couple if I'm so sensitive and in tune to you, and you're connected to your heart, right? I mean, how are we supposed to balance that? We'd be a walking mess, just like a basket case of emotions running around the street.
Are you saying you're concerned, Mike, that her being so emotional and you being so emotional, all you guys are going to do is sit around and cry together?
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to sit around and cry, but I mean, I'm saying that I'm going to feed into her feelings, and I'm going to want to, nurture that. But I just feel like that's focused. That's kind of the energy is too focused on one thing. I don't want it to be a negative situation.
I don't think it's negative, though. I mean, I don't think it's negative. Like, I think that you were, like, such a good, like, you showed me, like, what a good guy you were. Like, just, you know, sit there, and you were so sweet to me and so comforting, and, like, that's exactly the kind of guy I need.
Hey, look, you are sweet, okay? And that's why I was there. It's just... How are we supposed to function if we can't even have a conversation without you crying, you know?
Mike, would you be interested in trying to have a conversation with no tears with Danica?
I mean, if that's possible.
I can see if it's possible and ask you if you'd like to go out with Danica again. I'll pay for a second date for you guys.
It's possible, I swear.
What do you think, Danica? Do you think we can go no tears this time?
I promise. Like, I am like, I'm all cried out, you know? Like, I did it.
We can be happy and we don't have
Yes.
to, and if I'm late or you're late, it's going to be okay?
Well, I'm not going to be late.
Oh, my gosh.
And here's the thing.
Fair enough.
Here's the thing that you don't even know is that when I'm happy, like, I'm so happy.
Don't display you have major mood swings. Don't do that. I go from super happy to tears
Danica.
in the matter of seconds. All right. Well, Mike, so you'll go out with Danica again?
Let's give it another try.
All right.
That is
Awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
It already is.
I can't believe it's happening, Danica. You may have found, you're right, your dream man, all right?
I told you, Brooke,
Yeah.
this is so awesome.
Don't screw it up, okay? No more tears.
No more tears. I'm totally going to keep it together.
Okay. Congratulations, Danica. You got your second date.
Oh my God, thank you so much, you guys.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Mike, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing back from you guys after you go out.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Today's second date update brought to you by Xanax.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
You just heard one of the most popular second date updates that we've ever done on this show.
Yeah.
With Danica and Mike, who miraculously agreed to see each other one more time, even after Danica would not stop crying.
She's an
like a
emotional
second.
girl. It's okay.
It's been a few months since we recorded that call, and we have them both actually on the phone right now because people have been asking for this, for us to do updates on the second date updates. Yeah. So, hey, guys, how you doing?
Hi,
how's it going?
Pretty good. Thanks for coming on the show. And so, first question I have for Danica is, last time we talked to you, you were having trouble holding it together. Very emotional. How are your emotions right now? Are you going to be okay?
I know. I'm an emotional person, but I mean, I couldn't be happier right now, so I feel pretty good.
I'm always curious when people go out on a date after they've done a second date update with us. Is it a more comfortable situation going into it, or was it more pressure because your whole story had been told to everybody and now it's kind of uncomfortable?
Well, I think it kind of gave us something to, like, go from and talk about and laugh at, I guess.
I think I was definitely more nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know.
Because you heard the way that she was crying on the phone, and you were like, I don't know if I should have agreed to a second date here.
You know, I have to say, though, I'm so thankful because if it wasn't for you guys, I don't know that we would have been where we are now, you know?
Right.
Wow.
So, Danica, you wrote in saying that you wanted to update our listeners on something.
Yes. Okay. So, well, I mean, we're moving in together.
Shut up!
Really?
That is so cute.
Awesome.
I'm so excited, and everything has really just, I don't know, it's moved kind of quickly, but I feel like we just get each other, and I can't wait. You know, he's my best friend, and he's just everything that I've ever needed or wanted in
Thank you.
a boyfriend. So,
Wow, look at
See,
that,
it's a
so
second date
cute.
update that actually worked out, you know?
So cool.
you guys really helped. I think really did help the situation, I think.
That's
They
good.
sound so happy.
You know, Mike, you told our producer off air that there's an update that Danica doesn't know about that you wanted to share.
Yes, I did.
What?
He's like, we're breaking up.
Yeah, about that.
Oh, my
There's
God.
somebody else.
It's been great, however. Absolutely not.
That's not funny, though, really.
Yeah, don't cry, Danica. I'm just joking. You guys are obviously very happy with each other. But apparently you told our producer boy, that you had something that you wanted to tell us about.
So I feel like it's only appropriate since we would have never had a second chance without you guys. And I mean, I'm so excited that we're moving together. I'm so excited to be with you. And I think that this is really the first time that I felt so honestly connected to someone.
Aww.
And
Sorry, it's cute.
and I absolutely love you. And you would make me the happiest man if you would marry me.
Are you? Oh,
I'm so serious right now.
Oh my God.
Are you just?
She's crying. There it goes.
Of course
She's crying.
Every girl cries at this moment. She hasn't said yes or no, though.
I know.
I'm sorry I'm doing this on the air, but I just feel like it's appropriate. And Danica, I've never been happier
Oh my God, I love you so much.
in my life.
Of course.
She said yes.
Yes.
Well,
Oh my
God.
congratulations. Danica, are you all right?
I can't talk. I can't.
Yeah, you can take a couple minutes to breathe, Danica. That's fine. Congratulations, though.
Holy crap.
So is that a yes, Danica?
Yes, yes. I almost was saying, oh my mom.
Something about her mom.
I'm gonna come over to your work as soon as we get off the phone. I'm sorry to do this
Come
on
over
the air,
now,
but I had
I was going to say, do you have like a ring and all that stuff? Did you already get that all taken care of? Or?
yes, I'm going to bring it to her immediately.
Oh, this is
Oh my
so awesome.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh.
Well, congratulations, you guys. Thank you for the update.
Wow.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys.
Thank
I
you
mean,
so much.
I feel like we should invite you to the wedding.
Yeah, invite us. I'm down to go.
I love
Oh
Jubal
my
loves
God.
weddings.
Jubal actually cries at every wedding he
I
goes
do.
to, so he'll be right there with you, Danica. Don't worry.
Hey, Danica, I feel like your wedding should actually be sponsored by Kleenex. Maybe we can figure that out.
Moving 92.5.
A listener named Rebecca is on the phone for a second date today, and her first date was filled with adventure.
Oh, really?
Definitely not for the faint of heart or the lactose intolerant.
What is it?
Rebecca took her date on a search around the city to find the perfect mac and cheese.
Oh, that is such a good date idea.
Did they find it? I don't know. Let's find out. Rebecca, how you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Good.
my
I got your
gosh.
email about your date, and it sounds like a fun time. You guys searched for the perfect mac and cheese in the city?
Yes, we did.
I mean, I'll pretend that I'm interested in your date, but I just want to know where the best place was that you found.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I think so.
God, in more ways than you could ever imagine.
Okay, so first of all, before we get into your actual search, what's the guy's name that you went out with?
Chris.
Chris. And how did you meet Chris?
We met online, like on a dating website.
Oh, so like a mac and cheese blog?
No, it was a normal dating website, and then we discovered through chatting that we both love mac and cheese.
Yeah, who
Now,
doesn't?
was the date idea your idea or his idea? Because I think it's genius.
I think it was actually his idea because we were talking about it, and he's like, "We should go out and find the best mac and cheese," and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah."
Yeah, talk about a sweet talker.
No kidding. He does know a way to a woman's heart, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love my carbs, and I love it cheesy.
All right. And so how was the date?
The date was really good. He showed up and he was like super cute. And we were going to go to 3 places because we did a bunch of like Yelp research and like looked at reviews and stuff. And so the first place we like, got a bowl and like split it, and it was good. And we went to the second place, and it like wasn't as good as people said. We were both kind of underwhelmed.
That's lame.
It was like kind of like too carby and like not cheesy, kind of like bland tasting. You know what I mean?
No good.
Are we still talking about the mac and cheese or the date? still.
No, the mac and cheese.
He was good. The mac and cheese was bad at the second place.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
But you had hope for the third place. You still wanted to go there?
Yeah, of course. I don't stop when it comes to mac and cheese. And we were sharing, so it wasn't like we were like gorging ourselves, you know. So after like the bland place, we made our way to the third place. And like honestly, the best part about the date wasn't even the mac and cheese, because like on the way to each place, we would like walk together and just talk, you know, like conversation was like super easy and fun.
And if you're sharing food with somebody, there's like a level of intimacy there. There just is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's more than that with mac and cheese for me.
That's true. You know, if like my mom dipped into my mac and cheese when I didn't want her to, we'd have a big problem.
Yeah.
It's very personal.
Was there any awkward moments on the date?
Well, at the third place we went to, we got some mac and cheese, and he was like, I'm not feeling good. Like, oh, are you lactose intolerant?
Oh, you're making fun of him.
Yeah, and he didn't really respond to that.
So maybe he was?
No, he's the one that set up the date idea. He wouldn't be a lactose intolerant person.
You do a lot to go out with a lady. I will risk some irritable bowel syndrome to go out with a girl that I really like. I'll pretend like I like cheese until I get to the point where I've had enough and I'm like, dude, I can't anymore.
But that's the weird thing. He was like, well, maybe I had too much. And I was like, okay, I don't think so. Like, we've been splitting stuff and like had to-go containers. So like, you know, we knew we were going to have 3 different mac and cheeses today, you know?
Yeah.
And more importantly, why would you want to call a guy back that can't handle his cheese to begin with?
But no, like, he was super sweet, and I was concerned for him, you know? Because I was like, can I take you home? Can I, like, get you an Uber or something? He's like, no, that's really nice. And then he, like, kissed me on the cheek and then, like, bolted away.
Oh, so you guys didn't even get to the third restaurant? Did you eat?
We were going to order, and he's like, no, I'm not feeling good.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. He must have really been sick.
Yeah. I mean, the way you describe it, he bolted. Did he literally just leave that quickly?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, maybe he's, like, having a bathroom emergency.
Yeah.
But it's been over a week, and I've been texting him, and he still says that he's not feeling well. Whoa. And I don't believe him. Like,
like, that's his response to you, is that his tummy still hurts?
Yes, he says, I'm still not feeling well, sorry.
All right, yeah. That sounds a little strange to be that sick after 8 days.
Yeah, and I'm just so confused, and that's why I emailed you guys, because I feel like there's like some stupid secret reason he's not telling me, and he's super cute and super nice and funny, and I want to go out with him again.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and find out if you got a second date or if you got ditched.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, hang on. Rebecca and the guy she went out with had a really interesting concept for their first date. They were going to search the whole city for the best mac and cheese. They went to 2 restaurants, had mac and cheese there, didn't make it to the third one because he left with a tummy ache.
Aw, sissy.
But he's had the tummy ache for 8 days now because every time she's texted him, he's texted back saying, sorry, still can't go out, feel sick. So we're going to get him on the phone right now and find out why. Are you ready, Rebecca?
I'm ready.
God, I'm nervous for you because this is like an online dream date, you know? Like, he's cute, he's funny, he eats mac and cheese, he was into you.
Oh, I miss him even more now.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, can I speak to Chris, please?
Yeah, you got me.
What's up, Chris? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Who are you?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi,
We can go back and forth like this all day, man.
established
Hi.
that already, Chris.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. You know, thought we'd give you a call.
Now I feel like we should go back to hi.
Is there a reason you're calling me?
Yeah, there is, actually. Do you want to hear what it is, or we could just continue to get to know each other?
Go ahead.
We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
About me?
Yeah.
Well, what did it say?
Well, her name is Rebecca, and she said that you guys went out on a date, and she really liked you, but now you're kind of blowing her off. So she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would she email you guys about this?
Because we're close personal friends of hers.
I mean, you're joking, right?
About us being close personal friends? Yeah, we don't know her that well. But she does listen to the show, and it's a segment that we do on our show all the time. It's called the second date or ditch. It's where if you go out with somebody and then they end up blowing you off after your date, you email us to see if we can get them on the phone and figure out why. So she wants us to try to find out what went wrong.
Okay, I obviously nothing like this has happened to me before.
Like this right now or the mac and cheese date that you guys went on?
You know about the mac and cheese date?
Yeah, we do.
We also know that you're allegedly sick right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't really want to talk about this.
Can you just tell us anything? She's really curious. She liked you a lot. She told us how you guys went out, went to a couple places to try mac and cheese because you both are mac and cheese aficionados. And before the last place, you left with a stomachache. And now she says that you've been sick for like 8 days.
Yeah, well, it was a weird night, okay? I haven't felt great.
So wait, you're sticking with the sick thing right now? Because it sounds like you're totally fine.
Look, it was a weird night, okay? That's all I'm going to say. It was a weird night, and that's that.
What was so weird about it? Mac and cheese doesn't sound that strange to me.
Well, it was fun in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she told you we went to like a couple. We were like looking for the best mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Did it get weird when you had that mediocre mac and cheese at the second place and you just couldn't handle that anymore?
Well, I handled it fine. I can take a bad mac and cheese and make it work, okay? That's not going to ruin my night. But it seemed to really set her off a little bit.
What? What do you mean set her off?
I mean, the second restaurant, look, it wasn't great, macaroni and cheese, if I'm being honest. It wasn't great, but she, all of a sudden, got in a really, weird, dark mood.
What does that mean?
She got dark?
Yeah. I've never had mac and cheese send me to a deep, dark hole in my mind, but I'm really interested to find out how that happened for her.
Dark place?
Well, it's obviously mac and cheese has never put me in a dark place either, but she starts going off about her roommate, in a real, dark way.
So she had bad food, and then she started confessing to you how much she doesn't like her roommate?
The moment she had the bad mac and cheese, it's she just starts joking about how she wants to kill her roommate.
Whoa! You weren't joking about the dark thing.
Dude.
What?
Look, I don't know if it was the mac and cheese specifically that set her off, but it was at that moment that she starts going off about her roommate.
What was she saying?
Look, I'm sure she was joking, but she said this thing about, how she watches, CSI and, thinks about how she could get away with it.
Oh, my God. What?
So she legitimately, not just somebody who's like, I hate my roommate. I wish I could kill them sometimes. Yeah. She was like, I hate my roommate. I've planned out how I could kill them sometime.
Even if it was a joke, it was a level of commitment that terrified me.
And did she go into detail, her murder plot, or was that kind of vague the whole time?
CSI was enough detail for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to interject. I have something to say.
Chris, that's Rebecca. She has been listening on the other line and apparently wants to interject, and I'm not going to stand in her way.
Me neither. Go for it.
You psychos put her on the phone?
Oh, my God.
Yes, she's been here the whole time.
Chris, you do not need to be scared of me. There is nothing to be scared of. Hello, Chris?
I'm scared.
What you said was crazy. It was crazy.
Okay, Chris, let me be real right now. I do not like my roommate. She's messy and crazy. And yeah, I've thought about how I would kill her, but I would never do that. I'm just a really passionate, funny person, okay? No, stop. I'm being serious.
Nobody goes into details on how they would kill their roommate.
Detail. Just okay, a lot of people watch CSI and shows like that. So I am not alone in this. I'm just sometimes I'll be watching the show and she'll do something annoying again, and I'll just go in my mind and think about what I would do and how I would do it, and it makes me feel better, and I would never actually do it. Come on. I love mac and cheese. I'm not a serial killer.
That does not mean anything. I mean, I think everybody here, including Chris, has had a lot of bad roommates, and nobody has ever fantasized about chopping them into little pieces.
I'm terrified right now, if anybody wants to know.
Yeah, thank you for piping up, Chris. I was actually wondering about that. Okay, so Rebecca, you don't really want to kill your roommate.
No, of course not.
Okay, what do you? But you can understand, like, if you were on a date with a guy and he was talking about how he was going to off his buddy, that would be kind of a red flag.
If he was talking about murdering, like, his friend in, like, a funny way, I would laugh.
In a funny way.
Are you guys listening to this? She's still talking about it. I just wanted the date to be about mac and cheese, not murder.
Oh, my God, you just don't get it. I was just joking, like, blowing off steam, like being a fun human being. What's wrong with you?
People don't blow off steam by fantasizing about murder.
I'm sure other people do.
Yeah, and they're in jail.
And you're the weird one.
Hey.
How about this, Chris? Would you like to go out on a second date with Rebecca? We will pay for it.
You could not pay me enough.
I mean, if you think of it this way, there's no way she has any outstanding warrants or anything. She wouldn't do a radio thing if that was the case.
I don't want to know anything about her background. I'm terrified I'm going to be tied to a future crime she commits.
You actually, honestly, 100% believe that I am capable of murdering someone? Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, just be normal. You're so cute.
Just be normal. Just be normal. You're so cute.
Oh my God, that is a plea that so many women have said before.
Chris, will you be normal? You're so cute. Will you go out with her again? One more time.
I'm normal, and she's not, and we're not going out again.
All right. Well, thank you for telling us about your date. I think you're safe now.
Oh, he is not safe. I'm going to keep messaging you because you're cute, and if you think I'm crazy, I'll be crazy.
Oh,
whoa. You haven't seen anything yet. That was just joking.
Rebecca, he doesn't want to go out with you, though. Just, like, cut your losses. You can find somebody else who's cute and normal on your level.
And like mac and cheese, I doubt it. Chris, we're going out next Friday to the third restaurant, okay?
Oh!
Are you guys hearing this?
Yeah, I am, and it sounds like you have a date. I'm sorry.
I think you should show up.
We'll still pay for it.
We're going to pay for it.
You go there on Friday, okay? And if I don't show up in like an hour, just keep waiting because I'll be there.
To show up eventually.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today said in his email that he's, quote, a genuinely nice guy. So I believe him.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. His name is George, and George is a genuinely nice guy. If it's in writing, I know it's true. So, George, congratulations on being such a nice dude.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
He does sound lovely. Yeah. You're likable already, George.
Thank you.
George, if you're such a genuinely nice guy, why do you have to do a second date update?
Well, that's I never thought I would have to, I guess, but I figure, we have the opportunity to figure it out.
Is it the nice guys always finish last type scenario?
That's kind of how it feels, to be honest, because I think it was a great date, and nothing has seemed to have come from it. So,
Okay.
I don't know.
So tell us a little bit about her. What's her name?
Her name's Tiffany. I found her on a dating website, which, first off, by the way, I'm not a guy who goes on dating websites. I was actually pretty apprehensive about the whole stuff.
Sure. That's what everybody always says. Doesn't everybody's profile on dating websites say, I'm new to this? It seems like that's the common thread.
That's true for me. That is true.
And remember, you got to believe George is his word always.
Yeah, he's a nice
He's a nice guy.
So anyway, I was scrolling through profiles, and a lot of them, they seem kind of disingenuous. But then when I found Tiffany's, I don't know, it was just like one of those feelings you get, And she was like outdoorsy, which I love that. But I think the biggest draw was like she had this beautiful blonde hair. I mean, it's like, it's like silky and smooth.
All right. Now I think I know what kind of feelings you were getting. At first I was thinking it was like something in your heart, but now I know it's somewhere else.
No, hey, I'm just a guy that likes a girl with a lot of hair, and she's got flowing, beautiful hair.
I have never heard a man say that before.
So
I'm just saying, like, I looked at it and it looked like, like a hair model of some sort of shampoo or something.
So you're not a boob guy, you're not a butt guy, you're a hair guy.
I mean, hey, hygiene's very important to me.
Dude, I do not want to sit next to him during a shampoo commercial on TV.
George loves me some hair, that's all.
Did you really say that in third person?
No shame in what you like. So you loved her hair. Tell us about your date when you guys actually went out.
Well, yeah, we've been talking for 2 months, and I was very apprehensive about, like, coming on too strong. I've read articles about, like, creepy guys taking girls out and stuff. So when we went on this first date, safety was really, like, that's the word. Like, I was priority. Like, I told her, I'm not going to take you to a picnic. I'm not going to take you to the park because of, like, wooded areas.
Okay, but George, you understand that most women, if they're going to get a message from a guy that lists all the creepy places they're not going to take you, it comes off as really creepy.
Yeah.
No. It's just so she knows that I'm on the same board. Like,
Did you literally say to her, "Don't worry, I won't take you near any wooded areas"?
Yeah.
Oh, and she still went out with you.
Great. Yes. That's not the problem, guys.
Are you sure?
So I took her to like like downtown where there's like a lot of people.
And a lot of lights, yeah. Was
A
it a
lot of
date?
light. It was during the day.
Yeah,
It was during the
daytime
day.
date.
Okay. Did she seem to enjoy herself?
Yeah, we had a great time. And then I was like, do you want to call it, quits? And she's like, no, let's go get a drink. So I'm like, okay. That's step 2. We're getting there.
You took her to a place to get drinks and only bottles of water that were already closed that she could open herself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everything she was getting directly from the bartender.
All right. So she was safe with you, George.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted her to feel that way.
Okay.
But then, I'm talking to my coworkers at work, and I tell them, this next part, and they're like, that's too far.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so what I did was, when we sat down, we were talking about, what we do to stay fit and everything, and then I, just told her, like, just so you know, I'm tested on everything. And,
Wait, slow down. You went tested on what?
All like, I'm up to date with shots and vaccinations, and I'm clean STD wise.
So you just told her that, or were you having a conversation where that worked?
Like we were talking about, like, working out and stuff, like staying fit.
So you went.
I think it's pretty relevant.
You made the leap from fitness to STD?
Yeah, because it's all like health.
Okay.
And how did she react when you told her that?
Well, first off, I think she was like a little skeptical to me, so I was like, oh, she doesn't believe me. So I was like, no, I had it in my bag. I didn't plan it, but I did have my results because I had just done it like a week ago in my bag.
Okay.
So you're like,
You don't date a lot.
Whoa.
Do you date a lot, George?
I mean, where do you find women? You know what I mean? So I'm trying.
So that's
Online.
it. No.
But I'm just asking the question because to bring your... Well, first of all, it sounds like you got an STD test leading up to the date.
Yeah, leading up to the date, but it wasn't because I was going to have a date.
Okay,
You know,
okay. I was thinking you did it specifically because you were going out with a woman and you wanted
Well,
to
I
get
figured
tested.
eventually I would have a date.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's like sometimes, I'm told that can happen pretty quickly. You go one into the next, and I don't want to ruin the mood.
Right, you want to be prepared in case dinner or drinks leads to something else.
Yeah, and I want her to feel safe.
Okay.
Did she feel safe?
Well, the thing was, after I told her, she said that she had to get going for a tennis lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She had one of those random tennis lessons pop up in the middle of the day.
Either that, or she was still on my train of thought about being health conscious and stuff, and she remembered, and it just popped into her head.
No.
So what happened before she split for her tennis lesson? How'd you guys end things?
Well, we shook hands like a gentleman would do, and she left pretty quick after that, and I haven't heard from her, and her account is still active, so I think she's getting my messages. I don't know.
Oh.
She is,
How many
George.
messages have you tried to send her?
I mean, I don't know, I guess like 4 at this point.
Okay, George.
All right. Well, we'll play a song. We'll come back, and we'll call her and get your second date update, okay?
That'd be great. Thank you, guys.
Hang on, man. Be safe.
Always, man. Always safe over here. George.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Sometimes the more you say something, the more skeptical people will be of you. Like, for example, if I go to a crowded department store this weekend, strip down all my clothes, raise my hand and yell, I am not a pervert. Not a pervert. You know what? Those people should believe me. You know why? Because I said it, and I said it loudly.
I don't think that's how it works.
And George, who's on the phone with us right now for a second date update, said over and over again to his date that he is not a dangerous man.
Yeah.
So she should believe him. He told her before they went out, don't worry, I'm not taking you to any wooded areas.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Not bringing my duct tape with me or anything.
He also brought along his medical history to show her that he was STD free on a first date.
Which she didn't ask for it. Let's remember that.
And of course, he said that he's a genuinely nice guy. George, I think that your downfall was you tried to convince her a little too hard of what a good dude you are.
Hey, I did all the right moves. You know, I will admit maybe didn't need to bring up the medical history on the first date, but it's still good news.
Yeah, I mean, it is good news. Actually, that's a very good point.
Congrats, by the way.
It might be a little strange to show her that, but yeah, it's good news as long as you were STD free.
Yeah, you didn't have to have a chlamydia talk right after you showed it to her. So, bonus.
Right. I'm living with nothing, you know.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and find out why she's not calling you back, okay?
Great.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is Tiffany there?
This is Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you?
Who's this?
Oh, my name is Jubal.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
No, probably not. My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Are you selling something?
No, I'm not selling anything. I actually want to call you because one of our listeners asked me if I could get a hold of you. His name is George.
Uh-huh.
And George emailed us and said that he went out on a date with you.
Right.
Right. And we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. But George really liked you a lot, and he would love to see if he could go out with you again, but he's wondering if he did something wrong.
Well, listen, I have gone on some dates in my life. I have never met someone like George. That's a good way to say it.
Okay.
Did he come?
That's polite.
Did he come off like a serial killer, kind of?
The nicest one ever.
The nicest serial killer ever. Okay.
They always are.
Hey, at least he was nice, right?
It was interesting, to say the least.
Oh, my gosh.
There's like a seed of potential in there that needs some nurturing.
So George has a seed of potential.
Yes.
Okay.
He is incredibly selfless, very sweet, overly concerned with my safety.
Mm-hmm.
And he's STD free. He told us that.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, I learned that on the date.
Yeah.
So
he told us about that. And he admitted that he thinks that could have been the reason that you're not calling him back.
Could have been.
And there's that little seed. He kind of knows, but he doesn't, you know?
Can you explain the date in your words? We heard from him a little bit about your date, but I'm just curious to hear your side of the story.
Well, you know, initially it was like very, polite, and here, let me get your chair. And, you know, you guys, I sneezed during the date, and kindly he said, bless you, and then he went to go blow my nose.
What?
He went to go blow my nose. And then I was like, oh, my God, do I have, like, a booger hanging out of my nose? How embarrassing. And he was, like, dabbing my nose, and he's like, oh, good, I just didn't want any germs to spread because I don't like germs and I don't want them to get on you. So it was this very awkward thing at the beginning, and then we leave the restaurant, we're walking, and, you know, he was walking on the sidewalk, and we're about to cross the street, and there was a car, and it was nowhere near me, and he starts yelling at the car be careful. You're going to hit my date. Almost like announcing, like, we're going to cross the street. Everybody stop.
How embarrassing.
Oh,
No. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, it can't get worse. Okay, it can't get worse. And it kept getting worse. And then I just wanted out. So at one point, we're standing, waiting to cross another street. And he realizes that I'm standing, like, on a grate. And he starts lecturing me. He goes, do you know how many people die every year standing on a grate by falling through? And also, slightly, I'm like, oh, my God, how many? Really? He's like, well, I don't know, but I bet the number's really high.
He hadn't even researched this. I was like, I guarantee people fall through those things all the time on city streets.
I never heard of that.
It was like the most paranoid mom ever on a date with you. And I was like, make it stop. I can't.
Did you ever address it with him? Like,
No. I'm not a charity corporation. I don't take care of people. I was on a date. I'm not here to fix people. I got my own stuff.
Okay.
I don't think that I need to be the person to tell him all that.
Okay. Interesting. Hey, Tiffany, this is George.
Wow. Hey, George, hold on 1 second. I think I need to let Tiffany what's going on.
Whoa.
Tiffany, George is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. He was supposed to wait for a second, but...
George!
I'm just a little confused here because I've been listening to this whole thing where you thought you might die. If anything, the whole date was to make you feel like you would live, for a long time. That was my point.
The point of dating me is to make sure you can live for a long time.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's the nicest serial killer comment. I mean, it's being, well, you got the nice part right, okay? But the serial killer stuff and that car was reckless. Okay.
Okay.
He had no
George,
business
wait.
being that
What
close to you.
you didn't hear, listen, yes, you heard a lot of stuff I said. What you didn't hear is that there is a seed somewhere
I did hear
inside.
that. A seed of
Work
potential.
on it.
You called me selfless, sweet, kind of cute. Huh? Yeah.
he was paying attention.
You bet your sweet butt I was paying attention. I wrote everything down.
You're actually taking notes?
Yes. This is important to me. Tiffany, I've been writing everything down, pros and cons. And let me tell you something. The pros are winning right now. With selfless, sweet, kind of cute, interesting, nice. Then the serial killer part's in the con.
George. Oh, my gosh. George, you are
People
special.
die on the great.
You are
okay.
really sweet. You really mean well. And that's really good about you. But maybe you just try too hard and then you lose sight of who you are because you're trying to be this super dating hero that doesn't exist. And then you end up becoming nothing but scary things.
Well, I just want you to feel comfortable. And I guess I did it too much.
Yeah.
I did it too much.
Mm-hmm.
George, you're coming off as an overbearing mother who nags her child, and that's not sexy.
Yeah.
Well, to me, safety is the sexiest thing in a person, I think. All right?
George?
Yes?
You know what? If that is what you, in your heart, believe and want, then you need to find yourself some girl who's looking for that. There's a girl out there somewhere looking for the Brad Pitt of safety, and you're her guy. And you guys are going to rock. You're going to be awesome.
Where do you think I could find her?
I do not know.
Tiffany, would you like to go out on a second date with George? We'll pay for it. It doesn't have to be a date. You can just get together and maybe help him find a girl that's into safety.
Come on.
Down.
Come on, Tiffany. I mean, I know you don't want a charity case, but he needs help, man.
Yeah, he's likable at least.
Listen, baby steps. I will let him email me for dating advice, and we could start there.
I can get your personal email?
My work email.
There you go, George.
Okay, that sounds pretty good, yeah.
Okay, so you didn't get a second date out of the whole thing, but at
we're
least...
playing a long play here.
Long play.
Yeah, long play, okay.
Well, wait. George, let me be clear. This is not a long play on a second date. This is dating advice. a dating coach. I'm going to help you.
No, I get you. So we'll go on a second date.
No.
The pressure is on.
George, I'm telling you right now, if you ask me out on a date, the answer is no. But if you need advice, I'm here for you.
No, totally. I'm just saying, like, if we were to, like, do a mock date, you know.
He's trying everything. He's trying. Yeah, let's go out and role play sometime and see how it works. George.
I'm just saying it could be nice, you know, in the moment.
George.
Smoother than I expected.
George, I don't think you're going to get a second date out of this, but you did strike up a friendship, it sounds like, with Tiffany, and maybe she can help you in the dating world.
It too.
Okay. You've made contact with Tiffany, and she's agreed to help you out.
Thank you, Jubal. I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
Oh, my gosh.
This is great.
All right.
Beginning of a great rate, friendship. Sorry.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, that guy indeed was the Brad Pitt of safety. We're talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, George wanted to call a girl named Tiffany who wasn't calling him back after their date. We got her on the phone, and the reason she didn't want to go out with him again, he was obsessed with her being safe.
Oh, man.
And obviously not very good at dating at all. One point, he actually dabbed her nose because she sneezed. And he wanted to make sure that she wasn't getting any germs on her so she wouldn't get sick. Yeah. And then reminded her when she was standing on a street corner on top of a grate. You know how many people die standing on top of those things? You shouldn't stand on top of that.
I don't think a lot, though.
It was just constantly obsessed with safety. So she said she didn't want to go out with him again. But
like
she did offer to be his dating coach at the end.
And he still didn't quite get that.
No, he didn't understand.
You know, but I give him props for keeping trying. Like, persistence is key.
Yep. So hopefully he does well with her advice now. He's gotten approval to email her on her work email and ask dating questions from time to time. So I consider that a successful second date update. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
We get a lot of really creative ideas for dates.
Yeah.
When we do these second dates. And today we have another creative idea. It's from a dude named Spencer. He emailed the show for a second date today, and I read his email, and his date was creative. He planned to bore his date to death.
What?
At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, okay.
Boredom, a boredom date. Who knows, you know? People get bored enough, they might hook up with you just to do something.
Okay.
You know? Just out of
Last
sheer
resort.
boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Spencer, how are you?
I'm doing good, but I don't know if that's a fair assessment of the date.
Well, it never
Well,
is when
yeah.
it comes from Jubal, just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get another assessment from everybody else in a second. But first of all, what's the girl's name that you want to call today?
Her name's Mary.
Mary, okay. And why don't you tell everybody about your very boring date with Mary?
Well, my creative date with Mary
There you go, Spencer.
was, thank you. Yeah, it was something I thought it'd be different. I decided we'd go to a used bookstore, kind of pick out books for one another based on...
Oh my gosh, Jubal.
Sorry, Spencer.
People, I mean, I know it's hard for
Me
you to
interrupt
believe, but some people actually like reading.
You should try it. You should try it.
I should try it, but I can't because I don't know how. Thanks for throwing that in my face, Spencer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to used bookstore.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell a lot about a person based on the kind of books they read. So I figured we could, pick out a book for one another.
No, but that can be a lot of pressure on a first date because you want to come off smart, right? So you don't want to go and pick out what you've actually been reading.
I mean, I just wanted it to be kind of something fun. I didn't necessarily think it had to be pick a book that's going to change my life or anything like that,
You took the pressure off. It was lighthearted.
Yeah.
And the idea was to pick out books for each other. So you gave her Getting Naked for Dummies, and she gave you what?
She actually gave me the Kama Sutra.
What? For real? That's the book she gave you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not the real one.
I was gonna say, that's awesome.
What'd you end up picking out?
I ended up picking out the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's all really about mindset, how you carry yourself and how your mindset can actually lead to success.
All right.
Okay, so a motivational book. That's cool.
Or a self-help
Yeah.
book,
Yeah.
however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But still.
I mean, it's cool, or it could have been offensive, like, oh, do I look like I need help?
Yeah.
She didn't act that way. I mean, when she gave it, she's like, oh, cool, this is cool.
Yeah, and what'd she pick out for you?
She chose the first Twilight book in the series. Yeah, she said it was kind of like, for her, it was kind of a good escape book. You know, she loved the fantasy and everything that was involved with it. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I've read it, and I agree with her. It's just fun.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, it's kind of a counterbalance to my choice. So I thought we'd be a really good match in that way, you know.
So did you guys just sit there and read your books and then hug and go home? Like, was that...
No, there was a kiss, and then we left. No, I'm just kidding. We actually, I'm just kidding. We actually went, afterwards, we took our books, we went to a little, like, cafe, had some food. You know, we kind of talked about our books and got to know each other a little bit more.
So it's like an impromptu book club with Spencer and Mary.
It was good conversation, I'll tell you that.
Well, and it's a pretty smart first date because it's an easy follow-up for a second date. Like, you have a reason to contact her other than just asking her out.
Well, that was the plan until what happened at the end of the date.
And what happened?
Well, you know, everything was going great. Things were kind of winding down. Mary said she had to go. She said she had a great time. She gave me a hug and said, you know, look forward to getting together again soon. And then she left, and then I kind of looked over where she was sitting. I realized she had left her book there. I was like, oh crap.
No.
You know, that kind of defeats the whole follow-up thing. So I just grabbed her book, and I tried to run outside to see if I could catch her before, you know, she had gone. But
Was it raining? Was it raining when that happened?
It wasn't raining at the time, no.
Wait, is that your...
Okay. Yeah, in my mind, I pictured you running out in the rain after her with her book and then standing there as the rain.
Screaming her name.
Yeah.
It's very romantic, both of you.
Wow, Jubal.
No, that's not what happened. She was gone. It was like the waiter thought I was trying to leave without paying the bill. So, like, they started getting all weird on me at the restaurant. I mean, I went back in and paid it, but it just, like a big scene had, like, been created at that point.
Yeah.
So it just got a little weird at the end of the date. And then, you know, I tried to reach out to her via text, and I haven't heard anything back.
And have you texted her like, hey, I got your book?
Yeah. I was like, hey, I got your book. You know, love to come bring it to you. Nothing.
So, Spencer, why do you think she's not calling you back?
Honestly, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, maybe the date was too creative, and she just, like, maybe fell for me real quick and just, you know, she doesn't know how to handle it.
Really? Yeah,
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
She could have fallen in love and just been, like, not comfortable with it.
God, between you and Spencer, you guys really have this romance novel thing handled. I mean, with these two storylines.
There's a lot of optimism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, I'm an optimistic person, and that's just why, you know, kind of why I contact you guys. I feel like, you know, we get her on the phone, and I feel like the truth will really come out in that moment, that we can have another date.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then get chapter 2 of your second date.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Hang on. It was a dark and stormy night. And it was a dark and stormy night.
All right.
When it was a dark and I'm never gonna make it in this business.
You're not going to make it
I'm
past
sorry,
a couple of words.
I'm having intro block. I
Yeah.
can't think of how to intro this segment correctly. It's kind of like writer's block, and since we're talking about books, I guess it makes sense, Spencer. You've gotten in my head.
Well, it wasn't actually dark or stormy, but...
Well, okay, so now even the beginning of my intro is screwed up. The few words that I had right before I got intro block, Spencer.
Sorry about that.
Hey, Spencer's got date block. That's much worse than intro block.
Yeah.
There's another term for that.
No, okay.
If you're just tuning in, Spencer is on the phone for a second date. He actually took a girl named Mary out, and they went to a bookstore, and they both got books and recommended them to each other. Then they went to a cafe to eat and talk about those books. But at the end of the date, she took off from the restaurant and left her book behind, and Spencer hasn't heard a word from her. We're about to get her on the phone and find out what happened. Anything else you want to say before we do that, Spencer?
I mean, it's just, we had a really great time. Like, she's awesome. I don't know what happened. Like, we really kicked it off, and I really kind of want to find out what the deal is, why she hasn't responded.
And I feel like if she thinks that date that you took her on was boring, then good riddance. Because that's an awesome date, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, for like a 90-year-old. They would love it.
No!
So-
It's... All right.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mary?
Speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, you may. Thank you for asking, Mary. My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Are you guys doing like a fundraising thing or something?
Well, I do have a
awesome.
GoFundMe that I'm going to ask you to donate to later, but it's some personal stuff. No, the reason I'm calling you is because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date.
What does that entail exactly?
Well, that's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then you end up not calling them back after, they email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So we got an email the other day from a dude named Spencer.
Yeah, I remember Spencer. He contacted you guys?
Yeah, and he told us all about your date, how he took you to a used bookstore and you guys bought books for each other and then went to eat and talk about the books, and then you left and ran out of his life for good.
Okay. Seems a little dramatic the way you put it, but
Well,
yeah.
you know, when someone realizes that the love of their life has
Oh
walked
my
out the door
gosh,
and never to come
Jubal.
back, it could be a little dramatic, Mary.
That is not what he said, Mary, just for the record. That is Jubal's words, not Spencer's.
Okay, thank goodness. That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He's just
He
said
didn't
he
say
had
that.
a nice time.
Yeah, he told us about your date, said he enjoyed it, is wondering why you're not calling him back.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I don't really know what to say.
Okay, was it about the book, maybe? He said that he picked out a book for you called Think and Grow Rich.
No, I love the fact that he gave me that book. I mean, that's not the kind of thing I really read, you know, like self-improvement kind of stuff.
Okay. He also said that you gave him the book Twilight. Did he, like, make fun of it or something?
What, are you saying he was making fun of it? Like, did he?
No.
I'm asking because, I'm asking if maybe he made fun of the book that you chose.
Well,
You
not
chose
in front of
Twilight.
me, but if he said something to you, I mean,
No, he didn't say anything. He said it was a fun escapism book.
okay.
But so, wait, if you liked the book thing, then why did you leave your book behind?
I mean, I forgot it. I didn't mean to leave it behind. I just forgot.
Okay, so that wasn't on purpose because...
No, not at all. I mean, I'd actually be interested in picking it up again because it looks kind of interesting to me.
Well, I know where you can get it. I think he still has it.
Well, it wasn't about the books.
Well, can you tell us what it is then? Because he's really curious.
Well, you know, we're talking at the cafe, and it was great. I felt like we really got along, and we were just, like, really similar across the board, just like the same person in a lot of ways. And I was thinking that, and then the waitress came over and she took our IDs for our drinks, and we have the exact same birthday.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Well, no, it's not. It's not awesome. It actually, like, that was it for me, and because that's not okay.
Why is that not okay?
What?
Well, lots of reasons. I mean, the main one is, like, it's not fair to either of us to have to share our birthdays. Like, can you imagine being in a couple with somebody who has the exact same birthday as you and you never get to fully actually celebrate your birthday?
Okay.
Wait, what?
I think it would be great because it means I wouldn't have to remember when their birthday was, but that's just me being lazy.
So,
So you don't want to share your birthday so much so that you don't want to date him again?
I don't want to share my birthday. I don't want him to have to share his birthday. I mean, think about it. Like, we'd have to, like, which family are we spending this with? Like, it's one of the best days of our year, and it gets watered down. I mean, no.
But it sounds like you
Okay.
guys connected on so many levels, and it seems really silly to, like, drop all of that just because of a birthday.
No, we connected on too many levels. I mean, think about it. We're the exact same astrological sign, too. Like, that's going to clash at some point. There's going to be no variety in the relationship. It's too much.
It is crazy that you guys have so many similarities, like same birthday, Same kind of likes and dislikes. You're both on the phone right now. That's another weird one.
What?
Oh, yeah. Spencer's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Do not tell me that right now.
Yes, he is. So I have to tell you that right now. Spencer?
Hey, guys. How you doing, Mary?
I can't believe this. Hi, I guess.
Like, are you being serious about all this?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm serious. It's just how I feel about it. I mean, think about it. It's one of the best days of your year, and if you can't really celebrate it, what does that mean about your life?
Oh my God, Mary, wow.
It's just so weird to me that, like, this birthday thing is such a big hang-up. I mean, has this happened to you, like, other people you went on dates with or something?
No, I mean, not with someone I was dating, but, like, back in middle school, I had the same birthday as another girl in my class, and they sang happy birthday to both of us, and it was horrible.
Oh my God. These some like deep-seated issues, Mary.
Scarred.
It's very special to me. I don't care if you're making fun of it. It's an important thing in my life.
I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, our date was amazing. Like, we were laughing and, like, chatting the whole time. It was, like, no silence.
Yeah, I mean, don't take it personally. It's not your fault that you were born on my birthday.
Oh my God.
Spencer, this is a tough one because there's really not much you can do. You were born on the day you were born on, and it sounds like it's a deal breaker.
You know what? My birthday isn't as big of a deal as sounds like it is to you, Mary. What if I, like, change my birthday? I mean, I know I can't do it legally, but, like, what if I, like, I don't know, change it on Facebook and just start telling people it's a different day and, like, celebrate it, I don't know, like a couple of months later or something.
Whoa.
Hey, I don't want you to change your birthday for me. I want you to be who you are and get to celebrate on your day. And, I get that was a really nice thing for you to say, Spencer, but I don't feel comfortable with that.
Regardless of whether or not I celebrate my birthday on my actual birthday or any other day, I'm still going to be the same guy. I'm completely okay just celebrating you.
Aww,
Mary, that's
sweet.
it. I mean, that's a huge thing, I feel like, because most people would judge, your whole birthday hang-up as a little crazy. And he's, like, open to it, man.
I don't know if it's a little crazy. I think there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't want to share their birthday.
Okay, selfish, whatever you want to call it. That's fine, too, Mary.
I don't think it's selfish. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
But I do appreciate Spencer's reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, would you want to go out with him on a second date? We will pay for it.
Spencer, are you serious? Are you really going to change this for me and change your birthday?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not a problem for me. I'm totally down.
Oh, really?
You don't see this as a red flag at all, Spencer?
You go on a number of dates, and finally you meet someone that you, like, connect with on pretty much every level except for the birthday thing. Like, it's fine. It's really fine.
Okay.
Okay, so Mary, Spencer said he will change his birthday for you.
Oh my God.
Will you go out with him again?
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you.
Hey, awesome.
Okay. Congratulations, Spencer. You got your second date.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and now you have to figure out a date for your birthday. I have a few dates that I could suggest. You could do December 25th, January 1st, February 14th. That would be a fun one, too. You ever go out on a date with someone and you're not sure why, but you just know that they hate you the whole time?
What?
Wow, no, I haven't.
No?
I feel like that's happened to you more than once, though.
Yeah, all the time. Even in, like, current relationships, it's
Yeah.
weird. We're just out and I'm like, I know that you hate me and I don't understand why. Well, Vic is on the phone for a second date today, and he was in that situation. He went out with a girl that he met on Tinder, and he says it just seems like she didn't like him very much, but he liked her, and now he wants to call and try to get a second date. What's up, Vic?
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I get it. I understand why she didn't like you now.
No.
Totally makes sense.
You too, huh?
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to be on the phone with you for 3 seconds. So your email said that the girl you went out with just was cold to you the whole time?
Frigid, I think would be the word I would use.
Then why are you even calling us? Why would you want to go out with somebody that you didn't obviously connect with?
Well, I really liked her, and I just have to know if whatever I did is something that I do on dates, and it's going to plague me, for the rest of my life.
I like how you're already blaming yourself for the whole thing. That's good.
Has this happened to you before?
Not exactly. I mean, I've dated online before, and either it goes well or it goes really poorly.
Okay.
So there's no in between.
Yeah, and this one sort of felt like an in-between. It didn't seem like we had no chemistry. It just didn't seem like she liked me.
And was it the whole date that she didn't like you, or was there a turning point?
I would say about 12 minutes in.
Took you
So the whole date.
12 minutes for her not to like you. What did you guys do on your date?
We decided to go rock climbing.
Oh, that's ambitious. I assume you guys saw that you both were into that on Tinder?
Well, she's got a lot of pictures of her doing, like really athletic stuff, like playing volleyball at the beach. And, she seemed like she probably played sports in college. And it seemed like a fun thing for us to do. I'd gone like once or twice before, and she'd never gone. And she said it sounded like fun.
Yeah, sounds like an awesome date.
Yeah, and so we went to the place, and they've got, they set you up, they give you a harness, and, teach you how to get hooked in and what to do. And we paid for 2 hours, thinking that, we'd be good and tired.
Not knowing that 12 minutes in, she'd want it to be over.
Exactly. And so I looked over at her at one point, and she just had this look on her face like she was doing the last thing in the world she wanted to be doing.
Did it look, from the sounds of it, it looks like she wanted to push you off the fake rock wall that you were on.
Yeah, she just didn't seem like she was having it. So I said to her, look, maybe this isn't our thing. Forget the 2 hours. Like, I know an oyster shack a few miles down the road. Let's go there, and we'll switch the date up a little bit.
See, I feel like that is good self-awareness in a date.
There you go.
How did she respond?
She was relieved, it seemed like, at first, and she said, you know what, I think that'd be a great idea. I'm not really feeling this. So we got to the oyster shack, and we ordered drinks, and this conversation would, kind of start and stop. We'd find a thread, talk for a minute or so, and then it would sort of die. And then it was kind of up to me to start the next thread of conversation. It just seemed like she had something on her mind. There was something bothering her, and I didn't know what it was, but it kind of felt like that throughout the night.
That sucks.
And by night, I mean 25 minutes, because she then tells me that she has a work presentation that she'd totally forgotten about, that she had to go prepare for, and I'm going like, this is weird. It's 5:30 on a Sunday, and
completely slipped my mind. I have the biggest presentation of my life tomorrow, and I don't know why I forgot. So I'm going to go handle that right now.
And theoretically, I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt, because, if she really did have a presentation the next day, then, maybe that was why she was not having fun rock climbing, maybe why she couldn't really hold a conversation together. So
that's true. She could have been preoccupied with trying to get ready for her thing and felt like she was kind of wasting time on a date at that moment.
Either that, or I'm really unlikable.
That's so sad.
You seem
fine. What did you like so much about her? Because she sounds like it was kind of a painful, awkward time with her.
She was gorgeous. She has these brown eyes that could pierce into your soul. And on Tinder, her profile, she says she's into old 80s horror movies, stuff I grew up on. It seemed like we were really going to hit it off. And when she was talking with me, she seemed really cool and interesting.
Those brief moments where she would respond to your comment or something.
Maybe she just wasn't attracted to you. And it's not to say that there's probably anything wrong with you, but maybe that was just it.
But we met on Tinder. So she has 4 pictures of what I look like.
Yeah, but how accurate are they?
They're all recent pictures that taken in the last year, so it looks like me. It's what I look like.
Okay, so it was definitely your personality that she didn't like. Good, we got the looks out of the way, and we know that it goes deeper than that. It goes straight down to your soul. So let's figure it out. We'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you get a second date or if you're going to get ditched.
All right, thank you.
If you're just joining us for today's second date, Vick is on the phone, and Vick is the most likable, unlikable person I've ever met in my life. I say that because Vick went out with a girl named Jessie that he met on Tinder. They went rock climbing and then went to go get some oysters, but he says the whole time it just seemed like she hated him. And he wants to know if he's doing something on dates that makes women dislike him. Also, he says he likes her too, but more than that, he just wants to know what's unlikable about Vick. Sounds like a sitcom, Vick.
Yeah, it does.
If this doesn't work out as a second date, we could just maybe write a show. What's unlikable about Vic? What do you think?
I don't know if my ego could handle that.
Oh, no, Vic. Vic, I mean, what if she does say something super harsh about you?
Then I will know, and I can change.
Sometimes you can't change the things people don't like about you, and you just have to find somebody who does like it, okay, Vic?
Yeah, I don't know. She's really cool. I like her, and I hope she'll go out with me again.
Okay, well, let's get her on the phone and find out, first, why she seemed to have a horrible time, and second, if she'll do it all over again.
Sounds great.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Can I speak to Jessie, please?
Hi, speaking.
Hey, Jessie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
We're a plumbing and contracting service. Just need to know if you need any work done in your neighborhood.
That'd be so amazing.
What are all those people in the background?
Hi, Jesse.
Yeah. Those are all people that work at Brooke and Jubal in the Morning plumbing and contracting.
Why are we in the morning? Do we only plumb in the
We only
morning?
do it in the morning.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning is a radio show. And we're calling you today because we actually got an email from one of our listeners who wanted us to call you.
Okay.
His name is Vic.
Oh. All right.
That actually sounded kind of positive.
Okay, well, we do a segment on our show called The Second Date or Ditch. So Vic emailed us because he really liked you a lot and was hoping you guys would go out again. But since your date, you haven't talked to him.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think going out with him again is going to happen?
No.
That's
What is
quick.
it? So Vic says it seems like you had a horrible time the entire time on your date. Like there was just something about him that you didn't like.
You know, it was a first date. It wasn't amazing, and it's not a big deal.
But it's a big deal to him because he liked you a lot.
Okay.
So can you tell us, like, why didn't you like him?
He said like 12 minutes into the date is when you started being cold towards him.
Oh, he gave me 12 minutes? That's funny. No, it was way before that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You didn't even like him for 12 whole minutes, huh?
Okay.
No.
How could he make you upset right away?
Well, for starters, he looked different than his pictures.
Really? He said all of his pictures were taken within the last year and looked just like him.
Oh, well, sure, but in his pictures, he was clean-shaven.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so he showed up sporting a beard or something, and you don't like facial hair.
No, I'd be fine with a beard. He didn't show up with a beard.
What did he show up with?
He had a Hitler mustache.
What?
Like a fake one that you get at a costume store?
No, like a real one growing out of his face. Like he grew it on purpose.
Was it like to try to be ironic and hipster? And...
You know, I don't care if he's trying to be ironic. No one should have that.
Yeah, I agree.
Except for Michael Jordan. For some reason, Michael Jordan can wear a Hitler stash, and it's okay. He's the only person in America that can do it. But Vic...
It helps if you're a multimillionaire basketball star, though. Like,
That's true. Vic obviously couldn't pull off the Hitler stash. He didn't tell us anything about that.
Well, maybe for him that's normal, but it just doesn't work for me.
But the thing is, okay, I can get where the mustache was a turnoff for sure, but that is something that can be easily changed.
I guess, but it just gave me this bad first impression, like I'm climbing up this rock wall and I look next to me and there's Hitler. Like,
yeah.
No wonder you hated him.
I could see how that'd be a little disturbing.
yeah, disturbing is a good word for it.
Did you ask him about it at all? I mean, I don't know
No,
how you
I
ask
just,
somebody.
you know, it's a first date. I don't need to ask about it. But then it just got worse. Like,
How does it get worse than Hitler?
Yeah.
literally worse than Hitler. He kept like staring me down and being like, "Are you having a good time? Are you having fun?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm trying to figure out how to climb this rock wall. You know, I've never done that before. And I'm trying to figure out this difficult thing." And he's like, "You're not smiling. I don't think you're having a good time." I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to."
It's like you were actually on a date with Hitler. You will have fun.
Have fun. You will have more fun. You're not having enough fun. Come on, man.
So I can't believe that you left the gym and then went and got drinks with him.
I thought maybe alcohol might calm him down a little. I was wrong. I was wrong. I shouldn't have gone to the second location with Hitler. I'm not going to do that again.
What happened then?
Or just more of the same. He's staring me down. Are you having fun? You don't look like you're having fun.
Now I picture him doing it and like his bangs falling in his face and him like angrily getting them out of his face like, oh, you're having fun, just shouting at you the whole time.
That's pretty much what it felt like. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
Not to get weirder on you, Jesse, but Vic is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
So you didn't have a presentation?
No, you know what? I didn't have a presentation.
That's the first
Yeah.
thing he
Yeah,
said.
I mean,
Jesse
I would
got
go
out
to-
of the date by saying that she had a work presentation, and that's what you're focusing on, Vic?
Well, that was a little rude to lie to somebody. I mean, you can just tell them the truth.
No, Vic, why do you have a Hitler stash, man?
Yeah.
That's how my mustache grows. I don't have like a full mustache, so it's kind of like a more abridged.
You're trying to get sympathy because your mustache doesn't grow full? Then don't have a mustache.
I do not think it looks like a Hitler statue. I've watched hours and hours of Hitler's speeches, and I do not.
Help, sir.
I hope you mean like in documentaries and not just for your own research.
Yeah, no, I was a history major in college.
Okay,
it's getting way worse.
Start with that
my
next
God.
time.
No, I mean, I've seen a lot of videos of Hitler, about Hitler, and I don't.
Whoa, why have you seen a lot of videos about Hitler? Like,
Jesse, didn't you hear me? I mean, I was a history major. I didn't go out of my way to watch Hitler videos, but I don't look like
okay.
that. Look, I think it looks good. I get that you don't think it looks good. I guess I have to ask some people that I'm close to and get a consensus.
Look, even if you don't look like Hitler, which is fine, that's what you think, it's still really rude and strange to spend the entire date asking me if I'm having fun yet and being mad at me for not having enough fun. You know, maybe if I did like you, I would have been having fun.
I just don't understand. How is it rude to ask someone if they're having fun? I just thought that's what people do. Are you having fun? I'm having fun.
No, I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun now, and I wasn't having fun then.
Why aren't you smiling? Are you having fun? Why do you look
Why
like
aren't I smiling? Because I'm not having fun. Because you keep asking me if I'm having fun. That's why.
So what can we do to make sure that you're having fun? That's why I'm asking you.
I could go do something else.
Problem solver, Vic. Hey, Jesse, would you like to see if you could have fun with Vic and go on a second date with him? We will pay
You know
for
what,
it.
Jubal? No. Please.
What?
I have heard enough. I do not want to go on another date with the Ice Queen.
Whoa! Ice Queen.
Oh, well, I guess I won't be having any fun at all, will I?
I've yet to see you have any fun, so.
Am I done now? Do I have to keep talking to you guys? Can I hang up?
Yeah, Jesse, that's fine. You can go. Thank you for your time.
Yep, thanks.
Yeah. Vic,
That was intense.
That was a little rough.
sorry you didn't get a second date, man.
No, I'm even happier that I called now.
Really? You know now.
No, you need to shave that mustache off is what you need to do, Vic.
I think you really have the wrong idea of what this mustache looks like.
No.
It's very professional. I can go out into the world. Like, I think that if I was walking around with a mustache that looked like Hitler, one person other than the crabbiest person I've ever met.
Well, and you think that she probably would have liked it. Like, with her attitude, she'd have been like, sweet.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Every time we do a second date update, and I started off by saying, this is the craziest place I've ever heard of two people meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I always think that's going to be the last time that I say that.
Yeah.
And then I get emails like we got for today's second date update, and I have to say it again.
Uh-oh.
This is the craziest place anybody has ever met.
I really actually believe you on that one. You sound very adamant.
The girl that wants to call the guy for a second date update today, her name is Sarah, says that she met him at a crime scene.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
What's up, Sarah?
Hi.
Congratulations. You
no.
officially have the title of the weirdest place of meeting anybody for a date ever. How did that happen?
Okay, so this was about a week ago, and I was at a convenience store. I was just picking up some stuff from my apartment, and I'm in one of the aisles, and I turn around, and I see this guy at the counter with a gun, facing it at the shop owner.
Please don't continue by saying that you thought he was really cute and you got his number.
That would be amazing.
Not exactly.
I think that'd be amazing, though.
Ooh, bad boy.
Dude, some women are into it, man. I can see it happening.
Anything can be attractive with a gun, but not exactly him.
Okay. That's frightening.
It was, because I've never been in a situation like that, so it kind of rattled my nerves, and I started to shake a little bit. And
I feel like even people who have been in a situation like that, it would still rattle their nerves to be in the middle of a convenience store robbery.
Don't worry, guys. I've done this 4 times. It's not a big deal.
Not again.
So I started to shake a little bit, and I didn't know what was going on, and it seemed forever, but the guy with the gun got spooked and ran out. So no harm, no foul. It was just the fact of seeing that happen scared me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
No
mean,
harm, no foul.
I'm still going with harm and foul on that one. I don't know about you.
Except for the nightmares that I have to suffer from almost.
Except for the post-traumatic stress, I'm
Right,
fine.
yeah, okay. So the place didn't get robbed, but a
No,
guy tried to rob it, and that's how you met the dude that you want to call. What's his name, by the way?
His name is Rusty.
Okay, and how did you guys actually meet?
How that happened was, of course, the shop owner called the police,
Yeah.
and Rusty happened to be in the store and witnessed it as well. The police came, they tried to take our statements, and we started, telling them what we had seen happen. And once the police was gone, I was still shaking a little bit. And so Rusty looked at me, and for me, it's so sexy when a guy can make you laugh, even in a very difficult situation.
He told you a joke?
He told me a joke, and that was what broke the ice. And it was for the life of me, I can't remember it. It must be the dumbest joke in the world, but I started giggling like a little child.
All right. So
Okay.
He was able to be funny in a very stressful time.
Exactly. And, it's nothing like a little laughter through tears. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And he had these really nice blue eyes, and I thought, wow, this guy's kind of cute. And I think he started feeling the vibe from me, and I started feeling a vibe from him. And he's like, you know what? There's a bar down the street. Want to go catch a drink? I was like, how about 5? Because I could use them right now.
They say that, if you have a near-death experience with somebody, you're, instantly bonded with them, and it's actually, a great way to meet people. That's why they encourage you to do, crazy stuff on dates, like skydive and stuff.
I didn't know that.
Wow, well, I guess that's what worked for me, because instantly there were sparks that flew.
All right. And so how was having drinks? Did you guys just go down the street and have beers?
Well, I had a little bit more than just a beer, but we did. We went to the bar, hung out, and next thing we know, we're back in his place.
Shut up. This guy's in a convenience store that gets robbed, and now he has a girl back at his place?
He has the best story ever.
Yeah.
It was crazy how it happened.
Yeah.
I've never done anything like that before, so let's just say one thing led to another, and there you go.
Okay.
So did you stay the night? Did you wake up in the morning? What was it like?
Yeah, I kind of stayed the night.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
And how was the interaction with this dude the next day?
He asked me if I'd like to have a cup of coffee, and I said no, I have to get to work. I just gave him my number. I said, give me a call. I winked at him and gave him a kiss on the cheek, and I left.
Whoa, the wink. Aren't you, little sly fox?
He's like, I just witnessed a robbery yesterday, but that wink was the weirdest thing that happened. I wish you wouldn't have winked at me. So, has he tried to contact you at all since that night?
No, and I don't know why. I haven't heard from him. I, kind of wanted to play hard to get, so I haven't texted him or called him. But no, I haven't heard from him.
Did you expect more? Because it sounds almost like just this crazy story and a one-night adventure, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I kind of expected more. I mean, we really hit it off. And, we had a good night. Why not?
Well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks.
Yep, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're running a little short on time, so I don't have a bunch of time to recap exactly what happened. Okay. Sarah is on the phone. Mm-hmm. She wants to call a guy named Rusty. This is what happened when they met. She was at a convenience store, just doing some shopping.
Yeah.
And then in comes a robber trying to stick up the place. Oops, he drops his gun, picks it back up. He's fiddling with it, tosses it from one hand to the other, and then realizes he can't get the money. So he runs out of the convenience store. And then the police show up. By the way, everything is in really fast motion at this point. The police show up. They're searching around for clues. They can't find any clues. And so they grab Sarah and they bring Sarah outside to make a statement. And then they talk to another guy named Rusty, who was at the same convenience store to make a statement. And they're standing there waiting for the police to do their thing. They're talking back and forth, laughing and giggling and everything else. And then they go down the bar and hang out and have some drinks and then end up back at his place and they hook up and then she never hears from him again.
The only shocking part is no one slipped on a banana peel.
Yeah. Oh, no. That happened somewhere in there. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I just missed it. So fast. Pretty accurate, Sarah?
Yeah, pretty accurate.
So,
with the music and everything.
yeah, that's how I picture that robbery being for some reason. Sarah is on the phone. She met the dude that she wants to call today at a robbery. That whole story is true. They ended up hooking up, and she hasn't heard from him since that day. So we're going to try to get him on the phone right now and find out what went wrong.
How are you going to feel if he just thought of your guys' night as a one-night stand?
I have to be honest, I'll be a little hurt because I thought there was more there.
Yeah.
You know what you should
Don't they
do?
always?
If that's the case, you go right over to his house, you bust in the door with a big rubber mallet, and you hit him over the head with that thing repeatedly. We'll get him somehow. All right, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Rusty.
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Rusty. How are you, man?
Fine. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, okay. Who's that?
That is me, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. And we're calling people who were recently in a convenience store robbery to ask them some questions.
That's actually true.
Oh,
You were just in a convenience store robbery, right?
I mean, yeah. How do you know that?
Oh, I know that because we talked to a girl named Sarah who was at the same convenience store robbery, and she mentioned your name.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Sarah wanted us to call you because she told us all about the robbery and how you guys met when you were giving your police statement and how you went to the bar and then went back to your place and had a really fun night.
Okay, this is weird. Why did she tell you all that information?
Well,
a lot of information.
She's wondering why you haven't called her since then.
I figured you guys just had one crazy, dangerous night and that you wanted nothing else from her.
No, I mean, it's more than that, but I don't want to talk about it.
Do you like her? Did you like her?
Yeah, she was awesome. It was a wonderful time.
So wait, I mean, when you guys were hanging out, you didn't think that would be the last time you saw her?
No, I don't think it's going to be the last time that we hang out.
Okay, but you're not calling her. I don't know you very well, Rusty, but I can tell you this. Usually if you want to see somebody, you have to kind of like contact them.
I know, and I will. It's just, I got some stuff I got to take care of first, and then I'm going to call her.
Can you tell us what you have to take care of?
I don't know you guys very well.
What do you mean you don't know us very well, dude? We've been on the phone for like 2 minutes. I feel like you're my best friend, Rusty. Look, man, she's really confused. She liked you a lot. She thought you were really funny. And also the other things that you did, she liked too. And so it would help if we could at least tell her why you're not calling her back.
I don't want her to know why I'm not calling her back.
Are you in a relationship? Really? I mean, I could see, like, you get caught up in the moment, adrenaline's going.
Look, if I tell you guys what's going on, do you promise not to tell her?
Sure.
It's just important. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to go through with this, but I don't want her to know why yet.
Okay. It's your responsibility to tell her then.
Yeah. I'm in a relationship. And what? I'm going to break up with her, this girl that I'm dating. I'm going to break it. Things weren't good in the first place, and with everything that happened at the robbery, the adrenaline started going. It was one of the crazy experiences I've ever had, and everything kind of got overwhelming, and stuff with Sarah kicked off, and it was great, and I really like her. Whoa. And I want to do the right thing and not see her until the relationship I'm in is over.
So,
you have a girlfriend? Did you think in the hours that we spent together that maybe you could have shared that with me?
Hey, Rusty, that's Sarah. She was on the phone listening. Sorry.
Are you kidding me?
No. Sorry. I told you I wouldn't tell her, Rusty.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me she was listening.
I'm bad with details. I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me, Rusty? We spent how many hours at that bar? Did you even bother to tell me that you're somebody else?
I had no idea that you were on the phone.
Does that matter?
Yeah, because if you weren't listening, then you wouldn't have known about the mistake I made of sleeping with you while I was in a relationship.
I was a mistake? No. Are you kidding me right now?
You weren't the mistake. The mistake I made was sleeping with you.
That sounds even worse. What the hell?
It's not, no, that's not what I mean.
Really, Rusty? What do you mean?
What I mean was that whole day, everything that happened that day was wonderful and awesome, and I got overwhelmed, and I made a poor choice.
So what happens? You get involved with me and somebody else brings out a gun, you're going to sleep with somebody else? Is that how that works?
I don't think that getting in the middle of a crime scene is going to be something I make a habit of doing.
I got to tell you, Rusty, I am so disappointed right now. Why didn't you just tell me that night, or you could have called the next day and explained yourself instead of me having to go through all this?
Well, you didn't call me either, and I was going to take care of the situation myself and then get back to you the appropriate way and then tell you everything that happened.
When I left that morning, I gave you my number. I said, give me a call. How much more explicit could I have been?
Well, I wanted to take care of the situation I dug myself into, and I wanted to do it the right way.
Right. So the situation's taken care of now.
Yeah, is it? Are you still with your girlfriend, Rusty, or?
I haven't told her yet, but I plan to do it in 2 days.
In 2 days?
Why 2 days, Rusty?
Yeah, do it now.
My buddy's going to lend me his car so I could get some stuff out of her place, and I was going to do it all in the same day, and he wasn't available to help me out until a couple days from now, so I was just waiting till then to do it so it could be all taken care of as cleanly and smoothly as possible.
So let me get this straight. You want me to wait like 2 days and 3 hours and 45 seconds till you break up with your girlfriend, and then you're going to start a new relationship with me. That sounds so promising.
I mean, yeah.
Really?
I think she was being sarcastic, Rusty.
Are you being serious right now, Rusty?
Yes, I'm being serious. That was my plan. I can try to, if I can try to speed things up, like 24 hours, I will.
You know what I'll do? I'll set my timer right now. How about that?
Sarah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of like rooting for Rusty a little bit. We've all been okay. Granted, the sleeping together thing, not cool at all. Cheating, not cool. I get that. But he sounds truly remorseful, and he's not trying to play you, and he's actually trying to now fix it and go back to being honest, I guess.
Yeah, you should listen to her. I mean, I'm trying to be honest right now and do the right thing in the situation because I made a mistake. And I'm trying to fix it.
And he just needs 2 days or maybe 24 hours if you need the process sped up. Sarah, I mean, we already know Rusty's answer. Sarah, do you want to go out with Rusty again? You called in for the second date update, but we will pay for another date for you guys in maybe a day or two.
I guess I need to wait the 24 hours first.
I think so, yeah.
It's like a waiting period. Layaway almost.
All joking aside, are you serious? Will you go out with him again if he breaks up with his girlfriend?
You know, I'll give him 24 hours to get his taken care of. But if not, I'm out. I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay, Rusty.
Reasonable.
You're on the clock, Rusty. You got 24 hours.
Okay, I'm going to call my friend right now and make sure I can get his truck.
All right. Well,
good luck.
Sarah, sort of a congratulations. We don't know yet. It's a congratulations. You got a second date based on the fact that he can break up with his girlfriend in the next 24 hours. Rusty, get to work.
I'll do my best. I know I'm on the clock.
Okay. Well, Rusty, if your buddy falls through, you know that there's companies like U-Haul and stuff, right? Like you don't have to wait for him.
Yeah, but that costs money, and this guy is free and reliable.
Oh, my God.
Sounds super reliable.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A lot of really nice listeners. A lot of people are texting in at 78592 saying Rusty, the guy from the second date update, can use their truck if he needs it. If you missed it, Sarah wanted to call a dude named Rusty to find out why he wasn't calling her back. They actually met at a robbery. They were in a convenience store that was robbed. Yeah. And after everything went down, they were giving their statements to the police, and they started talking. They're like, let's go grab a drink or something. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Then they hung out, got drunk, ended up hooking up that night. Probably because it's like, hey, life is short. You never know. Yeah. And he wasn't calling her back. And why wasn't he calling her back? Because he has a girlfriend. Oh. And he felt really bad about it. And he wanted to call her back, but he wanted to break up with his girlfriend first.
Yeah.
And so he's in the process. And he said that the reason he wanted to wait a little while, he's been working on it, but he doesn't have a truck to get his stuff. So he's been waiting to borrow his buddy's truck. And he said, like, in 2 days, he'll be single and able to go out with her.
It's kind of a lame excuse for not just pulling the trigger. I think he's scared.
She decided to not give it a chance, even if he goes and gets his stuff. But text in at 78592. Rusty still needs a truck. So we'll cook you guys up. Maybe you can help him move a little bit, all right? Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is call the show or email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.